Cool.
approachable and down to earth and
Spiritual, kind,
opening his thinking up.
open-minded.
Yeah. And saying, hey, I'm a sinner too, so who am I to judge?
We got to play some of that, man. I think it's important.
All right.
As they try to get folks back to the church.
Get Marty.
Oh, man. Fitz is hiding from me. That's why he left.
From the Peach.
He's afraid of me.
Fitzpatrick. Home Improvement Traffic Center.
Wimp Fitzgerald.
AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Here's Ellie Pompovich.
Larry, in Kennedy Township, there is road work on 51 northbound between Herbst Road and Village Drive. So there'll be lane restrictions if you're traveling in that direction. It's improving just a little over on the inbound side of the Parkway West, where it is slow as you approach the top of Green Tree Hill, making your way to the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Over on the Parkway East, it's now clear as you head into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. All of the morning delays seem to now be gone. Over on the Veterans Bridge, it looks good, as well as the Parkway North and Route 28. And on I-79, there are no major problems through the construction zone and S-Bends. With AAA traffic on the 5s, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Have you been told there is nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? The Pittsburgh area offices of Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that is not true. With over 10 years of experience and offices throughout the region, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers are the experts in treating neuropathy. Their team of chiropractic physicians have successfully treated over 12,000 patients by utilizing the most powerful technology available.
I've had neuropathy for about 12 years. I heard about Dr. Sean. I was very skeptical, but after a couple treatments, I could see that there was a big difference. So if there's anybody out there with neuropathy, I would recommend that you try Dr. Sean. It really works.
Get back to doing the things you love and call Tri-State Neuropathy Center's Pittsburgh offices today for a free consultation. Call 724-940-9000. That's 724-940-9000 or go to marydancedin.com. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
I'm with Joe Potocnik, JP Roofing and Siding, with big news.
We're announcing a partnership with James Hardy Siding,
the recognized leader in the industry.
backed by a 25-year warranty.
That gives you peace of mind.
James Hardy Siding is the best of all exterior siding products.
Upgrade your curb appeal and protect your investment.
That's exactly right.
Call Joe for a free estimate, 412-829-7711, JP Roofing and Siding.
Thanks, Larry.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbor's dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Bernstein Berkeley attorneys pride themselves in being business solution providers. For 50 years, the Pittsburgh law firm, with offices in Cleveland and Wheeling, has helped businesses of every size with complex legal issues in bankruptcy and restructuring, creditors' rights, mergers and acquisitions, commercial litigation, and real estate. Bernstein Berkeley takes a business approach to legal service, providing peace of mind through expert advice and zealous representation. Visit bernsteinlaw.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
74 and overcast at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Firefighters were sent this morning to the Consol Energy Facility in East Findlay Township, Washington County. In a social media post, the Claysville Fire Department says it's a chemical fire above ground at the Bailey Mine. That's in the 300 block of Ennan Church Road. The fire broke out around 6:20 a.m. and fire crews expect to be on scene for an extended period. Breaking international news overnight, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi has been found dead after a helicopter crash. The country's foreign minister and several others were also killed. CBS's Naomi Ruckham has more.
The implications of the crash reach far beyond Iran's borders as the Middle East sits on the verge of catastrophe amid the war between Israel and Hamas. Just last month, under Raisi's leadership, Iran launched an unprecedented drone and missile attack on Israel. Raisi was also quite close to Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei, who is now 85 years old, and many viewed Raisi as a possible successor.
Raisi was sanctioned in the U.S. in part over his involvement in the mass execution of thousands of political prisoners in 1988. That followed the end of the bloody war between Iran and Iraq. Under the Iranian constitution, Iran's vice president takes over now with an election expected within 50 days. Dozens of rejected Pittsburgh police officer candidates are getting a second chance. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
The city rejected 23 police candidates on psychological grounds. Faced with retirements and officer flight, the city is in dire need of new police recruits, and a high number of rejections on psychological grounds raised concerns in the mayor's office. According to the Post-Gazette, Mayor Ed Gainey says all 23 are being invited back for a new evaluation and a second chance to become a police officer. Of those 23 rejected, 5 candidates are black. Public Safety Director Lee Schmidt says he doesn't believe the psychological screening is racially biased. The city wants to begin a new class of up to 40 recruits beginning on May 20th. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A woman was taken to a hospital following an early morning shooting in Mount Oliver. Allegheny County Police say this happened around 1:45 a.m. in the 500 block of Transverse Avenue. Preliminary information shows the shooter fired multiple rounds into a home, striking the victim once. That woman was treated and released. A restaurant on the south side is closing. Spork Pit Barbecue opened on East Carson Street early last year, replacing Double Wide Grill. A Pittsburgh Business Times report says Spork Pit will be closing for good tomorrow. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 37 points at 39,967. The NASDAQ is up 109 points, and the S&P is up 15. KDKA Sports, Mitch Keller pitched 6 effective innings, and the Pirates got by the Bucks, make that the Cubs 3-2 on Sunday. Jack Sawinski hit a homer as the Bucks closed out a 4-3 road trip. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your perfect new roof and a lifetime warranty, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. It's mostly cloudy, 74 in Pittsburgh now. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Oops.
Ever had your singing lessons cut short by icy water?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Say goodbye to those cold notes with Navien tankless water heaters. With Navien, you'll hit all the right notes without the surprise chill. So keep singing and let Navien keep the hot water flowing. And get ready for the encore when you get your utility bill.
La, 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 la.
Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
As a roofer, spring means the start of my busy season, which means I've got to get organized with help from Beacon. I can save time with Beacon Pro Plus and 24/7 access to live pricing, delivery tracking, order history, and more. Plus, this spring, I can earn $1,000 and the chance to win a $25,000 backyard renovation just by buying my CertainTeed shingles online with Beacon. No purchase necessary. Now that's what I call a spring cleanup. Visit BECN.com for official rules and to start earning entries.
Hi, this is Les Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management. My wife Barb and I celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary with a Florida family vacation. The intense August heat prompted me to share a story with my grandkids about working my first job as an assistant golf pro in my early 20s. I earned $2.10 an hour and was thrilled when I found a great pair of work shoes for only $7. They were injection molded plastic. Even the stitching was plastic. I felt like I'd hit the jackpot with those fine-looking shoes. That was until I was teaching a golf lesson on a hot summer day. When standing on the tee, I felt my feet burning up and realized my shoes were literally melting onto the grass. I suddenly realized why they'd been such a bargain. Remembering times like those make me appreciate the journey of my life. At Botkin Family Wealth Management, we're interested in hearing your story because understanding your beginnings is an important part of appreciating what it took to get where you are today. Visit us at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellie Popovich, what's up?
Hey, Marty, looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras at the Parkway West, we are showing bumper-to-bumper traffic heading down Parkway Center into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound on the Parkway East, traffic is slowing at Churchill through Rodi Road exit as you make your way through the moving construction areas. But inbound side of the Parkway East, Wilkinsburg is where the traffic is backing as you head into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. With AAA traffic, I'm Melly Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunny to partly cloudy as we head into the afternoon. It's going to be very warm, a high of 87. A mainly clear and mild night ahead tonight, low 62. Partly sunny, very warm tomorrow, high 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? 10 to 2, Marty Griffin here to stay. Love having you. Love doing it. 3 things. Kegs of beer and vodka shots in homeless shelters. Fact. You gotta hear this. Number 2. 2 big-time local leaders right now, in Turks and Caicos, not for vacation. You gotta hear this. And the Pope. This guy gets it. You gotta hear his interview. All right? All right. Bear with me, it's Monday. It takes a few minutes for my voice to get warmed up for whatever reason, I don't know. But that's my excuse today. We have Dr. Tom Brophy. Patrick on the VMix. Tell folks what the VMix is. Come on, man.
VMix is a video link so they can see you talking to Dr. Tom on the live stream at kdkradio.com. Just click the watch live link at the top of the page.
Doctor, what's up, man?
Nice to see you again, sir.
So, we've talked about communities opening up facilities where drug users, a lot of them in Canada, can go and inject and get clean syringes, get counseling, and they're actually effective. Are they not, sir?
Yes, that's absolutely right. It's called harm reduction. And the one in Vancouver is the most famous, and they've had a great deal of success treating millions and millions of people struggling with addiction with 0 overdose fatalities.
And by the way, conservatives say they're bogus, you're enabling. The data doesn't show that, does it, sir?
No, actually, the data shows that around 15 to 20% of the people that are coming into those facilities will eventually seek treatment now that they have a trusted resource, people that they know aren't going to judge them and are going to help facilitate getting them into a treatment program.
Look, people don't want to hear this. They like to whine and bitch about these things, but these are facts. That's why I embrace them. However, right now, San Francisco spending $5 million a year, my brother, to give vodka shots and glasses of beer to homeless people. Help me with this, Doc. Please help. Help.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, this is where kind of good intentions and stupidity kind of combine. And let me just explain to the viewers, there is a bit of a precedence for this. I remember, 25 years ago in medical school, hearing for the first time that in the past, before we had things like benzodiazepine tapers for alcohol use disorder, we would hear these historical stories basically about where doctors would bring alcoholics into the hospital and would actually prescribe them, 4 shots of Jack Daniels for a couple days and then 3 shots of Jack Daniels for a couple days and so on and so forth. And they had found at that time that when they slowly weaned people off of the drug, they could avoid things like alcohol withdrawal seizures and DTs. And then on top of that, you have this whole medication-assisted treatment where we do give opioids to opioid addicts. And that's things like methadone clinics and even buprenorphine. Suboxone is a type of opioid. It's a different type of opioid, but it's still an opioid. And then you look at other countries and how they do things. That not all countries do things the same way we do. And there are actual safe injection sites, kind of like what they have in Vancouver, except that they provide, heroin in the Scandinavian countries, but it's done in a very structured way, and it's done. It's not a free for all. I'm a very open-minded physician. No, Marty. I mean, I can, as many of us, I'm conservative in a lot of ways, and I'm progressive in a lot of ways, and I'm willing to always consider new things that are coming down the pipeline, and it's always about what does the science say? What does the data and the research tell us? And there's a lot of things that are going to change. There's a lot of therapies that we would never really even consider in the past. Things like dissociative hypnotics and even psychedelics. Things like ketamine infusions and hallucinogenics like DMT and ayahuasca. I mean, the data is actually showing that some of those things have the potential to unlock neuroplasticity. Some of the work that Dr. Dolan is doing at Johns Hopkins, I mean, it's showing a lot of potential for this kind of thing. But what they're doing in San Francisco, I mean, it's just idiocracy. I mean, they literally have like a hotel lobby that has kegs of beer, with taps. It's like a big tap room. And even people struggling with addiction will tell you, like, that's not a good idea. That's not, structured treatment. That's what happens when good intentions are maybe in place without intelligence to back them up.
Dr. Tom Brophy, who's an addiction specialist, the best I've ever talked to. Doc, flat out idiotic to have beer kegs at the entrance to a homeless shelter to treat alcoholism. Is it not, sir? Idiotic.
Yeah, in my opinion, it absolutely is. And I mean, if you look at California, like this is not a new concept for them, right? Like if you look at all of their disenfranchised populations, the homeless and the mess that they have there because of the way they've been managing that, the mental health crisis and the mess that they've had managing that their prison population and the criminals. People aren't going in droves to California. It's the opposite. They're leaving California in record numbers because of poor policies, and it ultimately comes down to just bad leadership and bad decision making. And this is another example.
Doc, $5 million, brother.
I know. That could be going to so many good things. And Marty, like, I'm a fan of harm reduction. I'm a fan of, meeting people where they're at. This is not about, people need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And, but at the same time, the person struggling with addiction, they have to be part of that recovery. Like, they have to do some of the hard work, because that's how you develop purpose. One of my favorite programs in the city of Pittsburgh is the Alpha House, because the Alpha House actually, they run it like a boot camp. Like nobody wants to do that when they first get there. You don't want to get up at 5 a.m. and have kitchen cleaning duties, and you don't want to have, all these responsibilities, but they structure it that way. And the people who go there to get better, they do incredibly well, because as they work through that hardship, it also helps build their self-confidence, and it gives them hope and purpose. And, as Viktor Frankl said in Man's Search for Meaning, that's what we all need, to live a meaningful life, to live a happy, purposeful life. You need purpose and you need hope. And the people that are struggling with addiction, you can't, as much as we need empathy and we need compassion, it can't be all that without any of the structure, without any of the boundaries. And having a hotel lobby that's just filled with kegs and I mean, vodka especially.
Come on.
I understand, trying to go with a medication replacement type of thing. I understand where those concepts are coming from, but like I said, there's no intelligence behind that program.
Dr. Tom Brophy, addiction specialist. Where are you at working right now, sir?
So I'm actually traveling in between two inpatient facilities. I'm the medical director of both. And as you know, Marty, on the weekends, I'm usually in the ER. But during the week, I'll be heading to Geyser Center here shortly, where I'm the medical director and helping them take care of their patients.
He lives it. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate the honesty, man.
You got it, sir. Thanks for having me.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's up out there?
Marty, we have an accident to report in Creighton. This is on Freeport Road near Bailey's Run Road. And over on the Parkway West, traffic is slow but steady, heading down Parkway Center into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Over on the Parkway East, outbound traffic is now heavy through Churchill and Penn Hills as you make your way through the construction area. Over on the Parkway East, inbound is now backing once again at the Britton Road overpass. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Memorial Day deals are here at Lowe's. Right now, save big on Scott's Naturescapes mulch. Get 5 bags for just $10. And there's more. Get up to 40% off. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances. These deals are selling fast, so start shopping now. Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 5/29. Mulch excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Appliance savings vary based on purchase. See Lowe's.com for details. Selection varies by location. While supplies last.
With Wendy's new $3 English muffin deal, you can get your choice of a sausage or bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin with small seasoned potatoes.
And with all that for just $3, it really is a proper breakfast, wouldn't you say? Huh? With a light and fluffy toasted English muffin and crispy seasoned potatoes. Go on, Catherine, give it a go.
Okay. Jolly good morning.
Ah, close love. Grab a proper breakfast with Wendy's new $3 English muffin deal for a limited time.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Select a request English muffin deal to obtain discount. Not valid for a la carte or combo orders. Single item at regular price. Prices are higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, folks, Marty for Universal Windows Direct. I have an old house, I think 80, 90 years old. I'm calling Universal Windows Direct because of the pricing and the technology. Check this out. So right now, 412-545-6003. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Come on. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. Buy 20, get 20 free. Get it? Call them right now. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct.
Hi, I'm Lynn Hayes Freeland. And if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Visit aetnamedicare.com/KDKA today.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof experts. Boss TV and Appliance, I know how good they are. They've been in my house. We have several other appliances. They've been to Larry's house. He loves them. Look, if you're looking for a new appliance, a new television, why pick Boss? It's the only place you'll ever need. They're small enough to treat you like family and big enough to offer an array of quality TVs and appliance. Voss TV and Appliance, big brands, reliable delivery and service, and the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Trust Voss. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. Grunt-style T-shirts were first sold by the founder from the trunk of his car. 50 million shirts later, Marine Corps combat veteran Tim Jensen shares just how much this veteran-owned company has grown.
I came in folding T-shirts, and from there it was just off to the races, right? 2014, we made our first $1 million, then we blow up to $10 million, then 25, 35, 50, 70, 100, which is extraordinarily difficult for anybody out there that understands business, right? You're trying to scale a business that's going through triple-digit growth. You're white-knuckling the entire time saying, oh my God, like how do I keep this thing from not exploding and the wheels blowing off in every direction?
Some puzzles are hard to solve, others are hard to prove. Listen to Blood is Thicker, the Hargan family killings, wherever you get your podcasts. Access episodes early and ad-free with 48 Hours Plus on Apple Podcasts.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So, folks, this is asinine. I have done at least 20 interventions with friends. Crack addiction, fentanyl, alcohol, with limited success, quite frankly. I'm also an advocate for giving addicts clean needles and methadone and centers where they can get all this help and intervention, because there are folks that are saved from that. However, don't take my word for it. Take the smart people, the doctors who get this. And by the way, they're doing this in Australia, Canada, and now America and San Francisco. $5 million. And Patrick, you read this piece. You saw this stuff. Beer kegs at the entrance to a homeless shelter for alcoholics.
Kegerators on the way in. Welcome to the party.
Right. And vodka shots. So we grabbed Tom Brophy, addiction specialist, and probably the smartest man I know, Dr. Tim Murphy. Doc, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Doing well.
All right, man. Jump in on this. I needed your opinion bad.
Well, this is just absurd. And this is where some people think, well, if an addict has a problem with alcohol or drugs, let's give them more so that they don't end up stealing, robbing, begging in the hospital, etc. It's an absurd concept. Look, there's one thing that for people who have an addiction disorder that buprenorphine and methadone can be helpful for someone to get control of their addiction. It's a bridge, not a destination. What happens is by giving the people who are homeless alcohol, not only is it incredibly stupid to be doing that and perhaps even inviting them to continue their alcoholism, but we have to keep in mind about 90% of the homeless have some mental illness. 90%. Wow. And about 30% of them are dealing with a severe mental illness such as schizophrenia or psychosis. Giving them alcohol, drugs, marijuana is dangerous for them. It is self-medication that may temporarily subdue some of their symptoms, but it does a number of things. One, it doesn't drive them to get more treatment. It drives them away from treatment. We know the combination of psychosis, schizophrenia, and alcohol, drugs increases the risk for violence, to be a victim of that or to be a perpetrator of that by a multiplier sometimes as high as 15 times.
Wow.
So whatever person thought this was a good idea, it just really ought to go back to school, starting with first grade, and understand that this is not how you help people who have problems.
Dr. Tim Murphy, listen to this. By prescribing limited quantities of alcohol, this model aims to prevent potentially life-threatening effects of alcohol withdrawal, such as seizures and injuries. The California Health Care Foundation. Respond, please, sir.
Well, if that's the concern, get them to a hospital. California has nowhere near enough hospital beds, as all states do not have enough hospital beds, and that goes back to a federal law. Federal laws that came out in the 1960s, expanded to states in the 70s and 80s, that eliminated from 500,000 hospital beds and reduced it to about 35,000 for people with mental illness. We need more. So the idea is keep them on the street and give them alcohol to prevent withdrawal isn't taking care of the root problem, and that's the addictive behavior. Oregon thought, hey, you know what? Let's just make all drugs legal, and then nobody gets arrested for it. Well, they ended up with severe addiction problems and had to reverse their law.
That's right.
Because someone probably figured it out.
That's right.
So we have a worsening problem here in California.
Come on, man. Help me out with this, Doc. You're a smart guy. Who the hell comes up with this crap? And how do they think this is a good idea, sir? $5 million for beer kegs. Why?
Well, but people who don't study the issue. I mean, it is people who think, well, let's see, if I'm thirsty and I drink, I feel better, so let me give it to someone else too. It's beyond sophomoric in terms of the lack of intelligence on these issues. No wonder people don't trust when government health agencies get involved. What they've got to do is provide good addiction programs to help people. Now, out in Philadelphia, in a park there where they have needle access and other things, and doctors help with injections, it's filthy. Needles lying around the place. It's not a good place at all.
Oh, is it?
So I don't want to hear from people to say, oh, this is a great place and it's going to help people. Let's have better clinics where people can go and get treatment, knowing that about 80% are going to relapse a number of times. It takes a lot of work, but simply saying let's continue to give you easy access to drugs without easy access to treatment is not going to work.
Listen to this guy. People in the program just walk in and grab a beer and then another one all day. Come on. It's borderline illegal. I mean, come on, Doc.
And it's not treatment. So when say it's help people with withdrawal, that's not it at all.
Dr. Tim Murphy, the best. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your honesty.
You bet. Take care, Marty.
I know, doctor. Oops. I always do that. Sorry, folks. Jesse, go ahead. Thanks for your patience.
Hi, Marty. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, young lady?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you.
Why don't we have prostitutes for sex addicts? I mean...
Well, here's the thing. I actually think this is a wonderful idea because, you know, I was thinking you have that Bethany Hallam on there, and, I mean, this is what she promotes.
I want your opinion, not hers.
Well, my opinion is it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's an absolute joke.
Yeah.
And from somebody who's lost somebody to addiction, I lost my brother many years ago. You know, unfortunately, I have to be honest with you. I do listen to your show every day. Yeah. And, you know, when I have to say, when I hear and see when you have somebody like Bethany Hallam on there who promotes all this stuff, it is very disgusting to me, because when you have somebody like a family member and people who are struggling all over our country.
Yeah. But let me say this,
addiction.
and I get that. You disagree with her, but let me say this. She spends her weekends, Fridays and Sundays, 5 hours at a clip, passing out water, food. I was with her when a woman desperately needed a doctor who was homeless and addicted, and we got that doctor for that woman. Look, we have opposing views on this show, but what I'm suggesting is this idea, and God bless you that you lost a brother. I would be bitter too. I swear I would be. Having a $5 million grant for beer and vodka is just ignorant by definition. Folks, jump in here. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started Wesley Financial Group to do one thing: help people get out of their timeshare nightmare. When you buy a timeshare, the timeshare company can raise your annual maintenance fees at will. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Want out of your timeshare? Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. Call 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Cloudy and 74 at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Police in the Pittsburgh area are reporting 3 motorcycle accidents in 6 hours on Sunday. First, a motorcycle collided with a vehicle at the intersection of Forbes and South Dallas Avenues just after 4 p.m. Both the cyclist and a passenger were injured and taken to a hospital. And around the same time, a motorcycle crashed with a minivan in North Versailles near the intersection of 5th and Westinghouse Avenues. The driver of that motorcycle, Benjamin Pekotsik of Monroeville, was pronounced dead at a hospital. The van driver was in stable condition. And then last night at 9:30, There was a second cycle accident in North Versailles at the intersection of Route 30 and Clyde Avenue. Cyclist Darian Clark of Beaver Falls died after being taken to a hospital. May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. And News Radio KDKA's Susie Cool has that story.
The summer season is almost here, so it's a good time to increase safety awareness and safety measures for motorcycle riders and vehicle drivers. Here's one of the reasons motorists should be more aware of motorcyclists while on the road, according to AAA's Jim Garrity.
On their motorcycles, quite simply more difficult to see. They're smaller. They're not as big as a vehicle, so they blend into blind spots easier. They're more challenging to spot for other motorists.
If you're out on the road, here are some tips to help motorcyclists out. Focus on driving, use your turn signals, give motorcyclists plenty of room, and don't speed. Susie Cool, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 48 points, 40,052. The NASDAQ is up 108 points. The S&P is up about 19. KDKA Radio, News Time 1031. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Did you know new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson can transform the look and feel of your home? Paul Alexander here. Renewal by Anderson acclaimed windows are custom built for a weather-tight fit in your home. This can help reduce drafts and increase comfort. And their windows are available in 9 exterior colors that can enhance your home's curb appeal. Right now, during the Memorial Day sales event, save 20% on all windows and doors, plus get $500 off your entire project when you buy 4 or more units. Special financing is available. May is also Military Appreciation Month at Renewal by Anderson. Past and present military members will receive an added special discount. Offer ends May 31st. Call 412-448-9090, 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. Visit renewalbyanderson.com for additional details.
At Spitzer Toyota Monroeville, we've got a huge selection of vehicles, state-of-the-art showrooms, and yes, we even got Panda. But the most important thing is you. That's why everything here revolves around you. Like the Spitzer Shield that offers added protection at no additional cost, including a nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, and we've got incredible deals on new 2024 Tundras.
Whack more, spend less at Spitzer Toyota Monroeville.
Our world revolves around you. Visit SpitzerToyota.com for details.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi for the Power of Bowser. Spring is in full bloom, and so are the savings at Bowser Subaru's Spring Sales Event. Get ready to embrace the season in style with the Subaru Forester, the ultimate adventure companion for all your springtime adventures. And now at Bowser Subaru, take home the Forester and get 2.9% APR for 72 months. Whether you're headed to the mountains for a weekend getaway or navigating through the streets of Pittsburgh, the Forester offers unmatched versatility and performance. So seize the moment and experience the joys of springtime savings. Visit BowserSubaru.com and find your perfect Subaru today with credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends May 31st.
Well, that's the power of
Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South, on top of the hill.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuit seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-439-4252. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-439-4252. That's 800-439-4252. Again, 800-439-4252.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's up today?
Marty, on the Parkway East outbound, we have moving road work between Churchill and Monroeville. So we have slow moving traffic in that area. On the inbound side of the Parkway East, traffic is now congested at the Britain Road overpass. Over on the Parkway West, cars are slowing as they make their way down Parkway Center. So just a little delay as you head into the Fort Pitt tunnels. And on 51 and 65, we don't show any delays, as well as the Parkway North. AAA traffic is brought to you by LGKG Injury Lawyers. LGKG, your home team. Visit lgkg.com. I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny and very warm this afternoon, high 87. Mainly clear and mild tonight, a low of 62. And still quite warm tomorrow with some sunshine, high 88. That'll be close to the record high of 92. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We've been an institution in Newcastle for 90 years, and now our offices canvass all of Western Pennsylvania. I'm Joe George. Known for integrity and doing what we say we'll do, LGKG Injury Lawyers are different from the other firms. Visit lgkg.com or call me. LGKG, your home team.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. We're back at it on this Monday. Colin Dunlap, I'll talk to you then right here on KDKA.
This crap that I'm an outsider to this sort of addiction dilemma, that I live in the suburbs in my mansion. Well, I do that. And then I'm clueless is a flat out friggin' lie. 2 examples. One of my closest friends, I was the best man in his wedding, the godfather to all 3 of his children, was making $1 million a year. One of the most talented television reporters, anchors I'd ever seen, named Rick Kirkham. Look it up. I became a crackhead, legit crackhead. Picked him up at the airport once, was taking him to rehab. He jumped out of my car at full speed, headed off into the projects in Dallas. The next call I got from them was from the cops who had arrested him trying to buy crack cocaine. Lost his family, lost his wife, lost his job. Now, I swear to God, I think he's living in Norway or something. And if you saw him and what crack has done to him, you'd understand why it's so ridiculously painful and damaging. He threatened to kill me, drove to my house with a gun. Why? Because I was giving his wife money to buy food for their kids because he spent it all on crack. Story number 2, guy's name is Dave. He's still alive, I think. Cocaine addict, drug addict, was stealing his mother's morphine. His mother-in-law, she was dying in hospice care in their home. One morning, he stole his mother-in-law's morphine, injected it, decided to go for a drive in his SUV, backed up out of his driveway and ran over and killed his own 2-year-old daughter. He called me on the phone while I was on the air here, screaming, I killed her, I killed her. Checked him into rehab at least a dozen times. And I would do it again if it would save his life. However, providing $5 million for beer kegs and vodka shots for alcoholics who are homeless is, not by my account, but by Tom Brophy, the best addiction specialist I've ever heard, ever. And from Tim Murphy, a brilliant doctor on mental health. It's idiotic. They now have these recovery addiction reduction clinics in San Francisco, Australia, and Canada. $5 million a year in San Francisco. You walk in, no exaggeration, and they're beer kegs. 866-391-1020. One person out there who thinks this is a brilliant idea. 1-866-391-1020. Chuck, go ahead. Thank you.
Hey, Marty. Good morning. I'm the youngest of six, of whom my siblings through my life have had drug addiction, both to crack, heroin, pills, you name it. They've had addictions to it, all of which suffered some form of mental illness, either temporary or permanent.
Wow.
Drug use goes hand in hand with self-medicating in most cases, not all. There's always the exception to the rule. I think this is absolutely ludicrous to supply beer and alcohol to, alcoholics. I think it's absolutely ludicrous. I think that money would be better spent on mental health for people who need it. Oftentimes people that have drug addiction don't know or realize that they need it. That's why we have families. And I'm the youngest of six. I've never used a drug. Because I've seen it so much and what it caused in my own family and the turmoil, I stayed far away from it. I've never touched alcohol until I was like 22 and a half and only had a couple drinks, and, well, I'm a cheap date. But it's heartbreaking, and I commend you and Bethany for, I may differ on her politically, but what she does and what you do, that's an honorable thing, and I appreciate the work that you do. But that money could be well better spent with the mental health crisis that we're in, as Dr. Murphy had said. And you yourself had said with the caller for the poor woman that has her son trying to find a place for him.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter works in the mental health industry and has a master's degree in psychology and is actually going to be working on her PhD. We're in a crisis, and I think people are just throwing straws at it just to do something, and that's, I think, the wrong answer. I think we have enough.
But this is where your point is. Everything you're saying is so magnificent. However, this silliness, though, man, you're setting up beer kegs. Come on, bro. Why don't we provide prostitutes for sex addicts while we're at it? I mean, honestly, it's that absurd, Chuck.
It's sick. It's sick.
Thanks, man. I love his insight and the fact that he lived it. What's interesting and actually kind of phenomenal is that he has 6 siblings, and all of them have been addicted one way or another, and he hasn't been. I'm not a doctor for certain, but I can tell you this, that historically, drunks have kids who end up being drunks. Addicts have kids who end up being addicts, historically. Very, very common. If a guy beats his wife and kids, his kids usually beat their wives and kids. It's genetic. It's what they see. It's force of habit, and it's dark. So I commend him for having the courage to stay where he's at and understand the death and destructive nature of drugs and alcohol. I'm also a firm believer, if it takes 35 times in rehab to save my son's life or your son's life, I'm all in. I've done live interventions. I chased a woman down the street with her mother screaming and crying. Beautiful blonde, as if that matters. We had a 13-year-old daughter who was a heroin addict who I got into. She was a complete stranger to me, but I saw a video of her getting knocked out. And I found her mother, and we found the girl on the streets, and we literally chased her down the stairs, all over Bellevue, I believe. And got her into rehab the first time it took, and she was fine for a month and happy. The second time she escaped from rehab was some moron who got her high. She died in an apartment, a building, and they threw her out in the alley to die in the streets and left her 13-year-old daughter to be raised by her grandmother. This stuff is real. It's legit. It's a massive problem. 110,000 Americans died from overdoses last year. At the end of the day, we have to do something, and folks are desperate to do anything. But the doctors that I've talked to believe that this is asinine to have homeless folks in New York anywhere, actually, in Canada, California, coming soon to New York, they say Australia, they can have access to booze. We're calling Bethany Hallam because she's taking grief about this. She has an opinion. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic Powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's up out there?
Marty, we don't have any accidents to report, so that's good news, but traffic on the Parkway West. Cars are tapping the brakes as they make their way down Parkway Center, heading into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Outbound on the Parkway West, you are headed to Pittsburgh International Airport. You won't see any delays, so that's good news. Over on the Parkway East, outbound, the moving road work between Churchill and Monroeville is showing slow-moving traffic in the construction area. Inbound on the Parkway East, traffic is moving right along with just a possible slowdown at Swissville. On 51 and 65, I don't see any delays, as well as the Parkway North. And on 28, we have road work near Sharpsburg, so there could be lane restrictions as you near the Highland Park Bridge. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey, folks, everyone knows Memorial Day weekend means great sales, and no one puts on a bigger sale on this weekend than Robert Levin, my man, and his Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores team. Save up to 50% off on outdoor furniture and new collections, plus an extra 25% off of everything. There's also 5 years special financing with no money down. Minimum purchase of $24.99. Extra savings on mattresses. Check out Levin's Memorial Day weekend sale at all Levin stores.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
There's breaking news all day long from around the world. And sometimes all that noise makes it hard to hear about what's happening right here at home. With the free Odyssey app, getting your local news plus breaking news is easy. And even when you're not near a radio, stay connected with what's going on right here by listening live and push alerts. Just download the free Odyssey app and search and follow your local news station and you're good to go. The local breaking news to get you through your day at your fingertips on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hello, I'm business broker Bruce Violet, and I often get asked, what's the best business to get into these days? Well, the answer is the all-new home-based franchise businesses, available in hundreds of different business categories. Ever dreamed of owning your own business, working from home at an extremely affordable cost? Well, now you can, and together we can make it happen. To learn more, visit my website at OpportunityU.com. That's OpportunityU.com, or call 800-980-2040.
Hi, Tom Yakupin with West Penn Life and Health. Being self-employed is rewarding,
but finding affordable health insurance can seem almost impossible. That's why we recommend New Era Health Plans. Unlike marketplace plans with hefty premiums and high deductibles, many people are saving 30 to 60% or more and have no deductibles or copays on things they use most. If you pay for your own health insurance, are uninsured or on COBRA, give us a call at 724-228-7187 or visit newerahealthplans.com to learn more.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-254-4574. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-254-4574 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-254-4574 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-254-4574.
The Memorial Day deals at Shorkey Kia are bringing some heat. A 500 vehicle inventory system means you get exactly what you want. New 24 Kia Sportage EX, $298 a month for 24 months with $24.99 due at signing. New 24 Kia Telluride EX, $398 a month for 24 months with $34.99 due at signing. And backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. North Huntington and Wexford, PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, ShorkeyKia.com. See dealer for details.
Here's a great tip for spring. Go with the sure thing. PJ Fitzpatrick has been your trusted roofer for over 40 years. They've earned thousands of 5-star reviews and back all new roofs with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. The PJ Fitzpatrick team of experienced professionals installs most roofs in just one day. Set up a free design consultation this month to save thousands. Plus, they're extending the 12-month financing deal. Nothing down, no interest, and no payments for qualified buyers. Visit trustpj.com today.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Christy from Georgia asks, can you please advise on how to create a budget? I want to have a more concise picture of our accounts, but I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. Implementing a strict budget is proving to be very difficult. You know, Christy, I'm not a huge fan of budgets. What I do think you should do is track how your money is spent for 90 days. Start with the musts, like the mortgage, the insurance, the food, etc. After 90 days, see if the result lines up with your income. If the numbers are out of whack, then we may need to figure out the issue and address it.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
For those who like to cast dispersions at Bethany Hallam, I really don't give a damn. When you're out there playing pocket pool and anonymous idiot on your computer, she's on the streets saving lives. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen homeless people rush up to her and grab onto her because she's providing them food, water, medical care. So to hell with you. And I don't care that you're upset that we're friends. I had to grab her on this. Bethany, good morning.
Good morning, Marty. How's it going?
I'm cool. Patrick, Tom Brophy is one of the best addiction specialists in the country. What did he say about this idea to give booze to homeless alcoholics?
Quoting Tom here, where good intentions and stupidity combine. That's where he sees this.
Bethany, what do you say?
I say that to me, someone who is actively using drugs, alcohol is a drug, that our #1 duty and responsibility needs to be to keep that person alive long enough until they're ready to enter their recovery.
And so hold on. I want your opinion. You think it's a decent idea to spend $5 million a year? Forget about the money. To have beer kegs and shot glasses with vodka in homeless shelters.
Are we talking about what's going on in San Francisco?
Yes,
what they just
yeah.
announced? Is that what you're referencing?
Yeah, it's been in place, yes, and Australia and Canada, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I actually think that that's the safest way to keep people from dying from all drugs, not just alcohol. That's why I am a big supporter of a safe supply where we as the government regulate the drug supply and we keep people alive. And so I absolutely think that's a great idea. Remember, there are two drug withdrawals that people die from: benzos like Xanax and Klonopin, and alcohol. It is proven that people die from these drugs. It's why sometimes when people are detoxing from alcohol, you'll see medical professionals put them into medically induced comas to keep them alive until their body is able to detox from the alcohol. We need to support people and make sure they don't die, because once they're dead, there is no turning back.
So what about the doc, who is one of the best in the country at this, who says it's idiotic?
I would love for him to explain why. I would love for him to hear what his alternative is. I am sure that his alternative involves some sort of medication.
Rehab.
Yeah, right.
In mental health treatment.
Absolutely. But guess what? We're talking about until that person is detoxed from the drugs and is getting that mental health treatment and is participating in a rehab program. When you go to rehab and you are there for alcohol, they give you medication to detox you.
They do.
These homeless shelters are giving something out that is not a medication because they are not doctors. They are not authorized maybe to give out those same medications that doctors are able to give. So this isn't an instead of. This is until they are able to be in an environment where they can get those medications. Let's just make sure they don't die, because the reality is rehabs are full. Shelters are full.
True.
It's not like we have a ton of open rehab beds begging for people to come in.
True.
I know, because I have tried to get people in those beds.
Same.
And so if we had an endless supply of places for these people to be able to go, maybe we could have a different conversation. But until that is the case, we need to keep these people alive, and that needs to be the focal point, nothing else.
Bethany Howland, thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you, my friend. People hate it when I call her my friend. To hell with them. All of them. I'm serious. In the nicest way, I mean that. Sam, go.
Yeah, Marty, listen, first, I love your show, and I love what you do for the community.
Thanks, man.
I've been a member of the 12-step program for 30 years now. I'm 71 years old. It took me 5 rehabs to finally get hold of it.
Nice.
One of our mottos is we don't give up on people.
Nice.
We don't give up on people. No matter how many times they go back out and they use and they come back, we welcome them with open arms.
I'm in.
And we do our best.
So hold on, though, man. What about giving them beer and vodka shots?
I'm mixed on that, because when I just listening to Bethany right now, she makes a lot of sense.
She does.
Because people do die withdrawing from alcohol. I was a bad alcoholic. I mean, I drank it 24 hours a day. But thank God I got it, and I'm clean today. But
I don't know what the answer is. I just don't. But I do know this. It's ugly out there. And I appreciate everybody being honest.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
The house is 80 years old, maybe 90. Has a couple bathrooms. We had a plumber in there fixing one of the bathrooms. He said the fixtures were 30 years old. It's old. It needs updated. We got the Bath Authority coming out. Look, here's why I love them. It's modern. Everything they make is durable. Everything they make is custom. Everything they make is low maintenance. Walk-in tubs, great. Replacement showers, great. Tub to shower conversions, great. This is the best chance for you to get a new bath, the Bath Authority. 412-249-1140. 412-249-1140. Get $1,500 off a new shower or bath and 36 months of interest-free financing. Bath Authority, 412-249-1140.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
When you start your car, you can start your mind.
I think that it's important to be informed on what's going on.
If you don't have the facts, you can't think for yourself.
You got to figure out what's going on.
And accelerate your intelligence.
With 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. from the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's cloudy and 78 at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Firefighters were sent this morning to the Consol Energy Plant in East Findlay Township, Washington County. In a social media post, the Claysville Volunteer Fire Department says it's a chemical fire at the Bailey Omni plant in the 300 block of Ennan Church Road. Now, the fire broke out, they say, around 6:20 a.m., and crews were expecting to be on scene for an extended period. Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi died Sunday along with the foreign minister and other officials in a helicopter crash in northwestern Iran. CBS's Naomi Ruckham has details.
In the foggy mountains of northwestern Iran, rescue crews have found the body of Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi after his helicopter crashed near the Azerbaijan border. The aircraft was part of a convoy of 3 helicopters when it made what officials describe as a hard landing, also killing the nation's foreign minister.
Raisi was a hardliner who led Iran to enrich uranium at a near weapons-grade level and also launched a major attack on Israel. Dozens of rejected Pittsburgh police officer candidates are getting a second chance. That story next from News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
The city rejected 23 police candidates on psychological grounds. Faced with retirements and officer flight, the city is in dire need of new police recruits, and a high number of rejections on psychological grounds raised concerns in the mayor's office. According to the Post-Gazette, Mayor Ed Gainey says all 23 are being invited back for a new evaluation and a second chance to become a police officer. Of those 23 rejected, 5 candidates are black. Public Safety Director Lee Schmidt says he doesn't believe the psychological screening is racially biased. The city wants to begin a new class of up to 40 recruits beginning on May 20th. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A woman was taken to a hospital following an early morning shooting in Mount Oliver. Allegheny County Police say it's happened around 1:45 a.m. in the 500 block of Transverse Avenue. Preliminary information shows the shooter fired multiple rounds into a home, striking the victim once. That woman was treated and released. The wife of former Pirates second baseman Bill Mazeroski died Sunday morning. Mylene Mazeroski met Bill while she was working in the Pirates front office, and they were married for 64 years. They had 2 sons and 4 grandchildren. In a statement, Pirates owner Bob Nutting said Mylene was a devoted wife, a loving mother, and will forever be a part of the Pirates family. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 49 points at 40,052. The Nasdaq is up 105 points. The S&P up about 19 now. KDKA Sports, Mitch Keller pitched 6 effective innings, and the Pirates got by the Cubs 3-2 on Sunday. Jack Sawinski hit a homer as the Bucks closed out a 4-3 road trip. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time is 11:03. It's cloudy and 74 in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Ad paid for by AG Marketing Group. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number, 800-866-7061. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-866-7061. The call is free, the consultation is free. Call 800-866-7061. That's 800-866-7061. Again, 800-866-7061.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted to walk up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's going on out there?
Hey, Marty, we just got a report of an accident in Whitehall. So I'm looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras. This is on 51 near Doyle Road. Also in Shadyside, there is an accident reported near Center Avenue and Baum Boulevard. And traffic over on the inbound side of the Parkway East, it's moving pretty well as you near Edgewood Swissville, where you'll find slow traffic right before you head into the tunnels. Over on the Parkway West, it's moving right along as you head into the Fort Pitt tunnels. We're clear over on the Parkway North. 28 looks good down to the north side, as well as 65. And the I-79 S-bends into the construction zone. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine, a mix of some clouds this afternoon. It will be quite warm, a high of 87. Mainly clear, mild tonight, low 62, and still very warm tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds. High tomorrow, 88 degrees. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory, Pittsburgh's custom window treatment leader for over 60 years. Free shop at home service, huge selection of blinds and drapery fabrics, factory direct prices. Call 412-665-4900 or visit lachinadrapery.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You've heard me talk about Brian Breisinger. He's my man at MediConnect. I'm serious about this. Now it's time for me to do this. Join me in a series of videos as I begin the process of signing up for Medicare. Questions asked, information shared. Ultimately, which Medicare plan is right for me? And always, as you know, there's no charge for MediConnect services. This is great. Visit MediConnectInsurance.com or call 888-818-6334. MediConnect, great stuff. Folks, you know I love CCAC, and here's why. College is expensive, and a lot of folks want to give their kids the best chance for a great future without going broke. Well, here you go. CCAC, 80% of the students there graduate debt-free. And because they spend their first 2 years there, they saved up to $72,000. Wow. They receive the top-notch education, and they could either be headed to a straight-up dream job or continuing onto a 4-year university. CCAC, the place to begin.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
What's up? It's Marty. 10 to 2 every day. Spread the word. Man. Anyone out there been Turks and Caicos for vacation? Anyone? Anyone? It's friggin' beautiful. It's kind of a hot spot for folks here. Anyone out there been to Turks and Caicos for vacation? 866-391-1020. You'll get it in a second why I'm asking this. This is good stuff. Bad stuff, too. 866-391-1020. If you've been to Turks and Caicos for vacation, listen to this story, then we're going to get into some exclusive information you got to hear. Listen.
We know that God's still working, and He's working through us.
An emotional reunification.
I've been thinking about this moment for a while. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I was prepared to also be arrested yesterday.
Valerie Watson ran to hug her 2 kids, Van and Ellie, after weeks out of the country. Watson and her husband Ryan were held in Turks and Caicos after bullets were found in their luggage they say were inadvertently left after a hunting trip. It's a serious offense on those islands with a minimum prison sentence of 12 years. Officials released Valerie Monday, but locked up her husband Ryan. Watson says she's been anticipating this moment of embracing her children.
I don't even know if I have words to describe it. Just getting to hold them again. It just filled my mama heart. It made me so happy. And it just gives me a lot of comfort knowing that I get to be here with them now. But my wife heart is still breaking because Ryan's not with me.
Now the Watsons have some help in their fight. KOCO got a copy of this letter Governor Kevin Stitt sent to government officials in Turks and Caicos on April 16th. He calls Watson an avid outdoorsman, arguing the ammunition was an oversight, not an attempt to break the law. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen's office also told KOCO they've been in touch with the family and are doing everything they can to help them get home.
Routine has never sounded better, but I know our life is different, and our goal is to get Ryan home because we can't be a family without Dad.
Elise Jones, KOCO 5 News.
All right, so think about Pittsburgh and how many guns are found at the airport. It's a fine, no jail time. Think about how many people have guns. There's more than 400 million guns out there. A gun and a half for every American. All right? All right. Think about hunters and people who carry ammunition and weapons and how they casually forget. There are now five Americans in jail in Turks and Caicos. In February, this all changed. Used to be you got a fine. Now, potentially face mandatory prison time in addition to a fine. It's amazing. There are now 5 tourists in jail there. And check this out. One woman had 2 bullets in her luggage. One guy had 1. I started getting text messages last night from a burn phone, as they call it, from Turks and Caicos. In Turks and Caicos right now, negotiating with the government there, Senator John Fetterman and Congressman Guy Reschenthaler. Why? They're trying to get Americans out. By the way, there's a couple things about this that are extraordinary. Number one, one's a Republican, and one is a Democrat. Number two, what's happened down there is extreme. And a couple of these folks are from Pennsylvania. Number three, the government there has been unwilling to waver on this. And I got to be honest with you. I tried to get Fetterman and Reschenthaler on the phone live this morning. Same time zone. They were worried that, number one, they could be detained. Seriously. Do they have security with them? They have several Marines with them, protecting them. Now, it's their intention to do one of two things, from what I'm told by insiders. To either reestablish rules with the government of Turks and Caicos that these are minor offenses and that these Americans should be sent home. Or, if that doesn't happen, there is discussion about a possible boycott of Turks and Caicos. Some are asking how the ammo got through TSA here for them to get out. I don't know, but it did. It had to. But at the end of the day, it's their government and their rules. The only thing I would suggest is that a lot of Americans go there. Patrick, very, very, very popular tourist destination from America, is it not?
Oh, hugely popular. I've never been, but I have lots of friends that have been over there many times.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and the family that we're talking about now, they've been over there. This was their 4th trip as a family going over there. Brian Hagrich.
And the rules changed. There used to be a fine. Now you could do 12 years.
Yeah, up to 12 years in prison now.
And as I said, in America, that doesn't happen when they catch a gun or ammo at the airport. You get a fine.
No, it's a fine unless I think you have repeated times, and there's maybe some jail time, but that rarely ever happens.
One of my boys sent me a note. It's real simple. It's real simple. Change the rules or no tourists. I would. I would. And look, you can pick on these people, but Patrick, come on, man. 2 bullets, 1 bullet, even 20 bullets.
Yeah, I guess
no gun.
I guess our Pennsylvania guy, they had a box of 20 bullets, but still.
It's also very gratifying to hear a Democratic Senator Fetterman and a Republican Congressman, Guy Reichenthal, they're together trying to make a difference here.
That's amazing.
I would hold a news conference as soon as I got back on American soil and ask for a boycott of Turks and Caicos. That's what I would do. I want to hear from folks who travel there. 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellie, what's up?
Marty, we have reports of an accident on the Parkway West outbound in Collier Township. This is near the Settlers Cabin exit, but I'm not seeing any backups or delays in that area. But police are on the scene, and the accident is on the shoulder of the road. On the Parkway West inbound, it's moving right along as you head into the Fort Pitt tunnels. We're clear over on the Parkway North, and 28 looks good down to the north side, as well as 65. And the I-79 S-bends in the construction zone are looking good as well. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants and stuff.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns, and here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, with the season in full swing, don't strike out finding the best company for your home's exterior.
That's right, Pomp. Ireland Contracting has all the bases covered, from roofing and siding to windows and gutters. Let Ireland Contracting knock it out of the park for your home.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ireland Contracting has an unbeatable grand slam of value that includes free estimates, 0% financing, award-winning customer service, and free premium product upgrades.
Call today to learn more. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. Booking appointments as early as tomorrow. IrelandContracting.com.
At Spitzer Acura, we've got a huge selection of vehicles, state-of-the-art showrooms, and yes, we've even got Panda. But the most important thing is you. That's why everything here revolves around you. Like the Spitzer Shield that offers added protection at no additional cost, including a nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, and we've got incredible deals on new 2024 Integras.
Wag more. Spend less at Spitzer Acura McMurray.
Our world revolves around you. Visit SpitzerAcura.com for details.
So, hey, it's Marty. You know, we're getting there. It's spring right here. It's going to get real windy. A lot of trees leaning over toward your house, leaning over in the yard. Tree branches in a precarious position. Here's what you got to do. You got to call my boy, Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service. Insane pricing. The best training. The best equipment. I've used Carlos at my house several times. And my neighbors. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE.
This traffic report brought to you by NJM Insurance. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM Insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
It's so sketchy right now in Turks and Caicos that U.S. Senator John Fetterman and Guy Reschenthaler went in there in essence undercover, honestly, with Marines to try to secure the release of 5 Americans. And they don't want to appear live on the show, not because they don't like me, but because they don't want to jeopardize their safety and the mission safety. It's that sketchy. Patrick, what are these travel agents putting out?
Yeah, I was scouting around online here. I'm seeing a couple of different travel sites that are putting up notes to people going to Turks and Caicos. If you're traveling, use a different suitcase than the one you take for hunting trips. Because as we see, all it takes is one bullet, and you can be stuck there under arrest, facing up to 12 years in prison.
Jesus. And I wouldn't even think that about the luggage. I would never think that.
No,
That's actually smart.
I wouldn't either. But how many people have multiple sets of suitcases?
No, man. Hey, by the way, great golf tournament, May 28th, Valley Brook Country Club, Shenderovich, and Fishman. It's about the Warrior. Great, great organization. Visit 98twinsgolf.com. I'll tell you what, though. I admire that Reschenthaler and Fetterman are there together, Patrick. And there was a piece in the New York Times yesterday that Republicans and Democrats, you can listen to the rhetoric, but it's wrong, that they're actually working better together.
Well, yeah, if you listen to the rhetoric or you watch anything on cable news, it looks like left and right are just butting heads day in, day out and accomplish nothing. But if you look at the actual record and look what's actually happening in Washington, both sides are coming together and they are doing a lot of things. They're getting a lot of things passed.
I would never have imagined Fetterman and Reschenthaler working together, ever in my life. But they are. They're in Turks and Caicos right now. My man Frank, good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. How are you? Couple things here. Yeah. Number one, how did they get past our TSA?
Great point.
To get it in there. That's number one. Number two, I can believe that it is a mistake, and they just forgot them in there because you can't do that much damage with a bullet.
Right.
And number three, I have never been to Turks and Caicos, but I have been to Mexico, all inclusive, several times.
Yep.
We had a great time. We've been there with a lot of people, and they really need our tourism to survive.
True.
The boycotting it will bankrupt them.
That's what I say.
And they'll learn.
That's what I say.
I mean, and they'll learn. I have weapons. I keep them secure. What if that was a hunting bag? What if that hunter would have accidentally forgot a knife in there?
Oh.
I mean, it happens.
Right.
What are you going to do? But you can't do much damage with just a single bullet.
Come on, Frank. 12 years for one bullet, brother. Come on.
Exactly. No. Right.
Thanks, Frank.
No,
That's ridiculous. My boy Billy, he's right about this, Patrick. Barbados, same policy. Bahamas, same policy. Hold on, man.
I'm reading on the TSA's site right now the regulations for traveling with ammunition. So, aside from a firearm,
right.
So firearm magazines and ammunition clips, whether loaded or empty, must be securely boxed or included in a hard-sided case containing an unloaded firearm. That means if it's boxed and in your luggage, it's fine, according to the TSA, domestically, but there's also a note on here, and this is in their travel section.
Yeah.
You've got to be aware of what your destination requires. The laws where you're traveling may be different from traveling here inside the U.S.
Great text from Billy. On the Mexican border, border agent told my buddy, they were on motorcycles, if you don't take that bullet off of your keychain, you get 10 years in jail. They don't mess around, man. Yep. Mike, go ahead.
Marty, why do we need to change the laws? We need to enforce the laws. We make too many exceptions in this country. We're passing laws right and left. We're going to pass a law that you can't use your cell phone while you're driving, yet we want to change a law in another country because they don't permit bullets in their country. I mean, come on. Grow up. These people need to take responsibility for themselves. Oh, I forgot going through TSA. I forgot going into Mexico. Bullshit. Be an adult. Don't forget. The law is the law.
First of all, can't swear on the show we had to dump them. Second, people make mistakes, man. I just don't buy what you're selling. That ridiculous conservative nonsense. Look, one bullet, man. One bullet. There is no way in hell that someone should do 12 years in prison, sir, for one bullet. Or for 10 bullets, for that matter. And they're not asking them to change the law. They're asking them to change the enforcement. Give them due process. Look, here's the thing. I love a couple things about this. Reschenthaler, Republican, Fetterman, Democrat, are there together. And they will make a difference. You watch. We will have one or both live right here tomorrow morning. Tell you what, though, if I were you and I were traveling, I've been looking through my stuff for bullets. If you're a hunter, it is not worth this madness. But the one guy from Pennsylvania, he's not in jail, Patrick. What, he's in a bed and breakfast there, right? Or something.
He's in an Airbnb. So he was arrested in February. I think he was only in jail for a week till he got out on bail. So he's been out on bail in an Airbnb, racking up pretty massive expenses since February.
And potentially screwed.
Yeah. His next stop could be, prison in Turks and Caicos.
For one bullet or 20 bullets. Man, pay attention. Bad stuff. This could be really ugly for someone.
Paul Alexander here. When replacing your windows and doors, you want quality and affordability, right? Well, Renewal by Andersen offers both. All their windows are made with their exclusive Fibrex composite material. They're durable, energy efficient, and low maintenance. And as one of the largest window companies in Pittsburgh, they can usually offer bigger discounts than smaller companies. Now, during their Memorial Day sales event, save 20% on all windows and doors and get $500 off your entire project when you buy 4 or more units. Affordable payment options are available. And May is Military Appreciation Month at Renewal by Andersen. All past and present military members will receive an added special discount. Offer ends May 31st. Call 412-448-9090, 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for additional details.
It's not too late for a deep spring cleaning on your home. Give my friends at Zero Res a call, 412-701-1188. Schedule today and get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning as well. Make sure to mention Chris Mack, ZeroResPGH.com.
It's the little things, the information you need, People you know, the little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
At Spitzer Toyota Monroeville, we've got a huge selection of vehicles, state-of-the-art showrooms, and yes, we even got Panda. But the most important thing is you. That's why everything here revolves around you. Like the Spitzer Shield that offers added protection at no additional cost, including a nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, and we've got incredible deals on new 2024 Tundras.
Whack more. Spend less at Spitzer Toyota Monroeville.
Our world revolves around you.
Visit SpitzerToyota.com for details.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Mostly cloudy, hit 78 at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Warmer weather means more motorcyclists on the road and time for some safety reminders. News Radio KDKA Susie Cool has more.
May marks Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month because it's usually the beginning of riding season for motorcyclists due to the warm weather ahead. Here's how those on their motorcycles can make sure they're safe when hitting the road, according to AAA's Jim Garrity.
If you're on a motorcycle, there's a couple things you can do to make yourself more visible to other people. Making sure you're wearing brighter clothing, making sure you're wearing a helmet. As you're driving where the tires of other cars drive.
It's also important to note that sharing the road means motorists must be aware of motorcyclists and understand they share the same rights and responsibilities on the road. Susie Cole, News Radio KDKA.
Former Heinz chairman Anthony O'Reilly died Saturday in Dublin, Ireland after a short illness. Together with Steelers owner Dan Rooney, O'Reilly started the American Irish Funds for Peace, Culture, and Charity. His mark on Pittsburgh includes his name on the 650-seat O'Reilly Theater in the Cultural District. Anthony O'Reilly was 88. A nice start to the work week, but weather-wise, it's going to be hot. Here's AccuWeather's Carl Erickson.
It looks like a pretty quiet start to the week. Next chance for showers and storms will be around Wednesday with that. At this point, it doesn't look like anything all that severe. Could be some brief downpours with that, but nothing like the severe weather they had around Houston.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 63 points at 40,067. The NASDAQ up 108 points, and the S&P is up 21. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey, folks, everyone knows Memorial Day weekend means great sales, and no one puts on a bigger sale on this weekend than Robert Levin, my man, and his Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores team. Save up to 50% off on outdoor furniture and new collections, plus an extra 25% off of everything. There's also 5 years special financing with no money down. Minimum purchase of $24.99. Extra savings on mattresses. Check out Levin's Memorial Day weekend sale at all Levin stores.
Does your job require you to be on your feet all day? Teachers, postal carriers, salespeople, and restaurant staff. Many of us need our feet to get us through the day. I'd like you to hear from Donna. She's a nurse and a real customer of the Good Feet store who wanted to share her story.
Oh, I have to tell you, I have struggled with pain in my feet. I was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis. I work in a hospital. I'm a registered nurse, so being on my feet, walking throughout the hospital during the day, I am free from any type of pain. And after working a 12-hour shift, I go home and my feet do not hurt.
Whether you're a nurse like Donna or anyone wanting to enjoy work without your feet getting in the way, come see us today. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. The only place to get the Good Feet solution is at the Good Feet store. Come in for a free test walk today.
Traffic jams, tailgating, pileups. Ugh, the joys of driving. How could it get worse? The federal government wants to have a say in what you drive. That's right. The Biden administration's EPA is pushing mandates that would ban 2 out of every 3 vehicles on the road today. Don't let Washington become your backseat driver. Protect the freedom of driving your way. Visit EnergyCitizens.org. Paid for by the American Petroleum Institute.
Hi, I'm Lynn Hayes Freeland. And if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Visit aetnamedicare.com/KDKA today.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Pittsburgh CLO presents Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill at the newly renovated Greer Cabaret Theater. Discover the life and music of Billie Holiday. The time is 1959. The place is a seedy bar in Philadelphia. The audience is about to witness one of Billie Holiday's last performances. Pittsburgh CLO's Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. May 17th through June 30th at the Greer Cabaret Theater. For tickets, visit pittsburghclo.org.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's going on out there?
Marty, emergency crews are still working with the accident reported in Robinson Township. This is at the Settlers Ridge exit where the vehicles are pulled off to the shoulder of the road. So traffic is moving slow but steady, starting at Campbell's Run all the way out past the accident. But once you've got by it, you're pretty good to go to the airport and out to the Beaver Valley Expressway. So if you're headed for the Pittsburgh International Airport, give yourself a little extra time if you're using the Parkway West. Also, we just have an accident reported on Ohio River Boulevard and Boundary Street in Swickley Borough. The HOV lane is now open on the Parkway North. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunny to partly cloudy as we head into the afternoon. It's going to be very warm, a high of 87. A mainly clear and mild night ahead tonight, low 62. Partly sunny, very warm tomorrow, high 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. We're back at it on this Monday. Colin Dunlap, I'll talk to you then right here on KDKA.
Hey, in wrapping up that last segment about Americans in jail in Turks and Caicos over a bullet found in their luggage, 5 Americans. TSA recovered nearly 7,000 weapons at our airports last year. Think about that. All those people face no jail time. 0. Think about it. Scary. Wow. Before I grab my man Joe, what are we doing today, Sam? We're giving away pirate tickets? Why? Hello? Why? Is it a contest? What is it?
Yes, we have a contest.
Is it? What's the contest?
Okay. I
don't have anything here.
Call now to win 2 tickets to see the Pirates.
Nice.
Take on the Minnesota Twins Friday, June 7th at PNC Park, 6:40.
Nice. By the way, I love how they're looking. I don't know much about baseball, but they seem like they could have a pretty good team. Good for them.
Yeah, so...
What number, caller? What number, Sam?
Let's do caller 14.
Thanks. All right, folks. 2 tickets. Go for it. Meantime, I got a note from Open Table. Patrick, describe what Open Table is for people who don't know.
So Open Table, it's an app, it's a website. You can make reservations for restaurants.
It's very effective. I've used it a lot.
Very simple, easy to use. A lot of restaurants around town use it, including our friends over at Tambolini's.
And they ask you, what time? How many people?
Exactly. You set your parameters. You know, how many people in your party, what time. If there's not a time, it'll show you the next closest, if there's any availability at all. And you can also get on a wait list sometimes.
So they sent out a note that I think is very cool. And it said, we're updating our policy. Starting later this year, we will no longer accept anonymous reviews. I love this. New reviews. You have to have the author's name and at their option, photo. This means a lot, doesn't it, Patrick?
That's huge. So before you could, if you didn't like a service at a restaurant, you didn't have to put your name on it if you left a really crappy review. And you could be ugly as you wanted to be
Right.
and leave it completely anonymous.
And people can be real jagoffs.
Oh, yeah. And from what I understand, it's a pain to get those reviews removed.
And people pay attention to them.
Yes, they do.
I had to grab Joe T this morning. Joe Tamolini. What's up, brother? How are you, Joe?
Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
What do you think, man? I like this.
So it's great. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to put something out there, we should have the opportunity to know who you are. Not saying, everybody is valid in being able to write a review. It's their opinion. Right. And actually, Patrick, it's almost impossible to get them removed. Oh. They won't remove them unless there is vulgarity or threats, or if they're using an employee's name in a derogatory manner. It's the only standards to get a review removed. You actually can't get them removed. Open Table tries to be as open as possible. But the problem lies is just people use it as a way, I hate to say it, but there's scams out there. There's people that almost use it as a tool to, if you don't do this for me, I'm going to give you a crappy review.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like, are you serious? Look, Po Buddy's nerfed, right? That's my line. Right. Po Buddy's nerfed. Things occasionally are going to happen. An employee's going to have a bad day. I mean, there's things that you just can't control. But here's my problem: is you leave, you tell me everything was great. My wife and I are very visible, as is a lot of, especially independent restaurants.
Oh yeah.
How was everything? It was great. Yeah, the service was great. Then they go and they leave you some crappy review. Why don't you look me in the eye and talk to me? Let me fix it. Give me the opportunity. Again, I'm not impervious to mistakes, but give me the opportunity to make it right for you. Instead, you're going to go on. And a friend and I literally were having this conversation this morning. Is they don't want you just to close. They want your children to live in a refrigerator box underneath the 9th Street Bridge the rest of their lives. They don't.
They're hateful.
They want to destroy you. It's like horrible things. And they can remain completely anonymous. And you have an obligation to stay dignified, well-spoken, because you're visible, right? Everybody knows who you are. And they can just kind of cut loose and say whatever they want to say.
Hey, Joe, Joe Tamolini, and people pay attention to this, don't they, sir?
Sure. It's your online identity. I mean, you people go by it. I do it. If I'm out of town and I look at a restaurant, I just browse through it. The good thing about reviews is I think now people are becoming a little bit more review savvy, right? They're starting to be able to look at a review and go, okay, something doesn't add up here. This doesn't. It's something's wrong here. So people are becoming a little bit more savvy with that. I just love the fact that they can't remain anonymous.
No, I love it too.
And that's something I used to tell my daughters all the time. Don't ever put anything online unless you would write it on a billboard with your photo, your phone number, and your address underneath it. Don't put it online. You have no right to put something online that you can't own up to as an individual.
Joe Tamolini from Tamolini's Restaurant. Give me one of the particularly heinous reviews you've had recently from some idiot with no name.
That's a good question. I don't get a whole lot.
Right.
Oh gosh, just some things I've remembered in the past. Some people didn't like I charge a cake cutting fee or a cake fee if you bring your own cake. These folks weren't real into it and paying the fee. So what they did was they hid the cake underneath the table. And when the server wasn't there, they brought their own plates, they brought their own knives, their own plastic forks, and they pulled the cake out. I went ahead and charged them for the cake cutting fee. That didn't go so well. It's like, wow. But in the review, they never mentioned any of that, of course. They just mentioned what a jerk I am. And
I love this, though, that they have to man up now and put their name on it. It makes a big difference, does it not?
Put your name on it so whenever I can respond to it, and if there is a discrepancy, again, a lot of times I'll read a bad review and I'll call them and say, hey, look, I didn't realize any of this took place. Let me apologize. let me try to make it right. You can leave the review, but I'll reach out and make it right to you. On an occasion, if you're using it as a tool to game the system, at that point, you should have your name there too.
Right on, brother. Joe T, thanks, brother.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Oh, my man. He's right. It's a great restaurant, great food. Do you ever leave reviews, man? Yeah, I do. Do you?
I make it a point when I go to restaurants. I try to, especially if the service is really good. Yeah. I don't go out of my way to write bad reviews, but if service is good, I'll totally give praise where it's due.
You whine all the time. You and your wife are food snobs. You whine all the time. It's a fact. He does. Not about Tamalini. From the PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. What's up, Ellie?
Marty, emergency crews are clearing the accident reported in Robinson Township on the Parkway West outbound. This is at the Settlers Ridge exit where the vehicles are pulled off to the shoulder of the road. So traffic is building starting at Campbell's Run all the way out past the accident. So if you're heading to Pittsburgh International, give yourself a little extra time this morning. And emergency crews are also working with another accident on 65 southbound. This is at Boundary Street, so use caution as you head towards the Sewickley Bridge. Just want to let you know that the HOV lanes are now open for those traveling on the Parkway North. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Losing your family's home movies and photos would be devastating. That's why Legacy Box exists, to preserve your family's recorded moments digitally, ensuring they're safe forever. Think of the time and money your family invested to capture family vacations, birthdays, even your wedding. Recording a lifetime of memories was a commitment. Camcorders cost thousands, and cameras required film and development. Legacy Box is the final step to preserve your family's past. Thankfully, it doesn't require another big investment. Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable. Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box to convert their analog media to digital. You owe it to your family to safeguard your memories. Become your family's hero and save them before it's too late. For a limited time, Legacy Box is offering an exclusive discount when you go to legacybox.com/value. That's legacybox.com/value.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof expert.
Did you know new windows and doors from Renewal by Anderson can transform the look and feel of your home? Paul Alexander here. Renewal by Anderson acclaimed windows are custom built for a weather-tight fit in your home. This can help reduce drafts and increase comfort. And their windows are available in 9 exterior colors that can enhance your home's curb appeal. Right now, during the Memorial Day sales event, save 20% on all windows and doors, plus get $500 off your entire project when you buy 4 or more units. Special financing is available. May is also Military Appreciation Month at Renewal by Anderson. Past and present military members will receive an added special discount. Offer ends May 31st. Call 412-448-9090, 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. Visit renewalbyanderson.com for additional details.
The Washington Symphony Orchestra presents Let's Dance, a celebration of the music associated with dance. Your toes will be tapping with your favorite polka medleys and the can-can. It's happening this Friday, May 24th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday, May 25th at 3 p.m. at Olin Fine Arts Center at Washington and Jefferson College. For tickets, visit washsym.org or call 412-512-1662. Tickets will also be available at the door.
Bernstein Berkeley attorneys pride themselves in being business solution providers. For 50 years, the Pittsburgh law firm, with offices in Cleveland and Wheeling, has helped businesses of every size with complex legal issues in bankruptcy and restructuring, creditors' rights, mergers and acquisitions, commercial litigation, and real estate. Bernstein Berkeley takes a business approach to legal service, providing peace of mind through expert advice and zealous representation. Visit BernsteinLaw.com.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I love what Open Table's doing. I love it. I use Open Table all the time. You go for a restaurant. It'll say make a reservation now. You click on, it opens up Open Table and number of people and what time, and it tells you what times are available. The anonymous thing should be across the board on social media. X, Facebook, because the anonymous folks are the morons. You should have to have your name and some way to track you down socially, through social media, for you to make a heinous post or a wonderful post. I love that Open Table's doing that. I rarely complain in a restaurant. Most of them do really, really well, especially a place like Tambellini's. If we're paying $60 for a steak and it's rare and my daughter wants, well, I'm going to tell them. It's just, but generally, if food's cold, I'll tell them, but it's very rare. Went to Harry's Pizza. It's in way out toward Peters. Wonderful pizza. We eat there all the time. They have this amazing clam pizza. We were there Friday night. And I love clams. And I ordered extra cheese. My problem. Here's what happened. Sometimes, because of my cancer treatment and swallowing issues, I actually choke on mozzarella cheese. As soon as I started eating it, I realized it had too much cheese on it. My problem, not theirs. I could feel myself struggling with swallowing. By the way, I'm right now taking swallow therapy, if you could ever imagine that. I have a tongue-o-meter that builds up my tongue. I'm not exaggerating. I have a device that you blow into to increase your swallowing capabilities. So again, Harry's has wonderful pizza, wonderful service. I ordered the pizza with too much cheese. I did not complain. I did not send it back, and we brought it home and ate it on the weekend. However, if it's bad food, I'm sending it back. I have never, ever written an online review for a restaurant. I don't know why. Now, I have had bad service with companies, refrigerator in particular. I've had bad cars in my life, bad, where I complained to the company. Bad insurance, bad products, where I would go to the CEO of a company and say, your company needs to change the game. I think it's very productive. I'm never hateful. I think reviews are good. However, Patrick, you know this. People write these anonymous reviews and they're hateful as hell. Or are they not?
Ugly. Hate-filled is probably putting it mild.
Right. Almost as if they want, like you said, they want them to die. It's a damn dinner.
Yeah. And there's also other opportunists out there that are looking for a free something to take their reviews down.
Right. Money or even. This has happened before.
Yep. And they're less likely to do this when they put their names on it.
Right. And it really does hurt a business. Restaurants have had to sue people to take down their review.
Absolutely.
They really have. Conversely, there's some fear that a business will go after people if they know their name. Because businesses here, and I'm thinking of a home repair company specifically, that actually sued customers that complained about bad air conditioning repairs, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I know exactly which one you're talking about. But, yeah, when it's anonymous, you can't get a letter from a lawyer telling you to take it down.
Right. So it's kind of a slippery slope. I'm a big fan of engaging the person when they're at your house, engaging the person when you're at their table. But, Patrick, you know this, and you're not like this. You're very assertive and you're very kind to people. You'll generally take it head on, but most people want to hide from it. They don't like conflict, so they like the anonymous aspect of it.
Right, but and when you do that, though, they don't get the opportunity to address it properly.
No.
And it's not fair either way. You're taking shots, hiding behind a keyboard. We know through social media, people get a little extra brave and may cross lines that they shouldn't. And it happens a lot of times in these anonymous reviews.
It does. And most companies really care about taking care of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they do what they can. And they want to know when there are problems so that they can address them.
By the way, this is a brilliant point he just made. Very, very pragmatic, very common sense. But here's what I tell people. Did you complain? No. Well, then why are you telling me?
Well, yeah, if you don't tell somebody there's a problem, how would they ever know?
They want to hear from you.
Yeah.
But they want you to be nice about it.
Exactly.
I got no problem with complaining. I got no problem with people complaining about me. You know this. However, if it's hateful and spiteful and vindictive, as you know, I've changed. I don't mess with them anymore. I just block them, walk away.
Block them and ignore them and move on.
Now, if there's a slew of comments about my attitude or about my content, I'll think about myself and how I'm approaching this show or a particular idea or a particular conversation. However, if it's a handful of morons that hate me, I block them. Take your hate elsewhere. I don't need it. I like criticism. I love back and forth. I hate hate. And there's a vast difference. Is there not, Patrick?
No, most definitely. No question.
The idea is not to destroy someone or a business or a family business or a car manufacturer or an air conditioning repair guy. The idea is to have positive criticism to create a change.
Exactly. If it can't be constructive, it probably shouldn't be there.
Right on. So, along those lines, you got to hear what we're about to do in the next 15 minutes, top of the next hour. We had a problem, well, you saw it, Patrick, with the police memorial.
Yeah, the police memorial for the fallen officers in Allegheny County on the North Shore, the backside towards the Riverwalk. I noticed with my son that it's deteriorating. It's not just deteriorating, it's been attacked by vandals. They've ripped the lettering off the wall.
It's names it. It's kind of gross. But we have great men in this town that got involved. You got to hear what happened next.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing.
But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7. And we guarantee, if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
People, listen to me, please.
You want to hear what I have to say?
Your voice.
It's my voice.
Voice my displeasure.
The loudest voice
is heard.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's our chance to use our voice.
Here.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261 AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Overcast and 81 at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Crews are on the scene of a chemical fire in Washington County at Omnis Bailey Building in the West Fithney Township area. That fire started shortly before 6:30 this morning. The first firefighters to arrive couldn't enter the building where diesel fuel and other hazardous materials are stored. Some homes from Enon Church Road to Route 18 have been evacuated as a precaution. In a statement this morning, Consol Energy said the fire has had no direct impact on mining operations or employees, and there have been no injuries. Police in the Pittsburgh area are reporting 3 motorcycle accidents in a period of 6 hours on Sunday. A motorcycle collided with a vehicle at the intersection of Forbes and South Dallas Avenues just after 4 p.m. Both the cyclist and a passenger were injured and taken to a hospital. Around the same time, a motorcycle crashed with a minivan in North Versailles near the intersection of 5th and Westinghouse Avenues. The driver of the motorcycle, Benjamin Petskosk of Monroeville, was pronounced dead at a hospital. The van driver was in stable condition. And last night around 9:30, there was a second cycle accident in North Versailles at the intersection of Route 30 and Clyde Avenue. Cyclist Darian Clark of Beaver Falls died after being taken to a hospital. The van driver was not injured. A woman was taken to a hospital following an early morning shooting in Mount Oliver. Allegheny County Police say it happened around 1:45 a.m. in the 500 block of Transverse Avenue. Preliminary information shows the shooter fired multiple rounds into a home, striking the victim once. That woman was treated and released. Breaking international news from overnight, Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi has been found dead after a helicopter crash. The country's foreign minister and several others were also killed. Here's CBS's Naomi Ruckham.
The implications of the crash reach far beyond Iran's borders, as the Middle East sits on the verge of catastrophe amid the war between Israel and Hamas. Just last month, under Raisi's leadership, Iran launched an unprecedented drone and missile attack on Israel. Raisi was also quite close to Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei, who is now 85 years old, and many viewed Raisi as a possible successor.
Raisi was sanctioned in the U.S. in part over his involvement in the mass execution of thousands of political prisoners in 1988. Pittsburgh Regional Transit's new bus rapid transit system has been under construction downtown for about 8 months now. The first phase started in September of 2023. The most recent development starts today with a new work zone on 6th Avenue between 5th Avenue and Diamond Street. Rich Fitzgerald, Executive Director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, compared the upcoming University line to another major transit project.
Think about what the North Shore Connector did, when that opened up about a dozen years ago, connecting, downtown and parts of the South Hills to the North Shore.
On the Big K Morning Show, Fitzgerald said the high-speed connection between Oakland and downtown could be running by late next year. A restaurant on Pittsburgh's south side is closing. Spork Pit Barbecue opened on East Carson Street early last year, replacing Double Wide Grill. The Pittsburgh Business Times reports Spork Pit will close for good tomorrow. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 19 points at 40,022. The Nasdaq is up 109 points. The S&P up now 18. KDKA Sports, Mitch Keller pitched 6 effective innings, and the Pirates got by the Cubs 3-2 on Sunday. Jack Swinsky hit a homer as the Bucks closed out their road trip 4-3. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:04. Cloudy and 80 in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Your bathroom is boring and basic too. It seems like there's nothing you can do. A better bath awaits. You'll feel brand new, relaxing in a world of peace at the Bath Authority.
Hey folks, Marty Griffin for the Bath Authority. If you need a new shower or tub or it's outdated, call them right now, 412-249-1140. Love this company.
You're our priority at the Bath Authority.
There is treatment for your neuropathy pain. I'm Dr. Dawn Spalla, owner of Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine. If you suffer from numbness and tingling in your hands and feet, throbbing pain, or you can't sleep at night, Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine treats neuropathy symptoms daily without drugs and surgery. Call 724-224-2224 to schedule your free consultation at our Sarver or Brackenridge offices. Just call Allegheny Health and Physical Medicine at 724-224-2224 for relief.
Voss TV and Appliance. I know how good they are. They've been in my house. We have several other appliances. They've been to Larry's house. He loves them. Look, if you're looking for a new appliance, a new television, why pick Voss? It's the only place you'll ever need. They're small enough to treat you like family and big enough to offer an array of quality TVs and appliance. Voss TV and Appliance, big brands, reliable delivery and service, and the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Trust Voss. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Is it you, Samantha?
Oh, it is.
Oh, this is amazing. What's up out there?
It looks like things are actually looking pretty good, Marty. Looking at the Parkway West, we're seeing a little bit of backup headed into the city before the Fort Pitt tunnels, but not much. Same with the outbound side, right before the Robinson exit. You'll see a little backup due to an earlier accident, but things are looking pretty clear. And all of our other major roadways are looking clear if you're headed out for lunch. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunny to partly cloudy as we head into the afternoon. It's going to be very warm, a high of 87. A mainly clear and mild night ahead tonight, low 62. Partly sunny, very warm tomorrow, high 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Spring is in full bloom, and so are the savings at Bowser Subaru's Spring Sales Event. Get ready to experience the thrill of the open road in a brand new Subaru Outback, designed for adventure and built for life's journeys. Right now at Bowser Subaru, get 2.9% APR for 72 months. Whether you're cruising down the city streets of Pittsburgh or exploring the great outdoors, Bowser Subaru has the perfect vehicle for you. From the versatile Crosstrek to the rugged Outback, check out our lineup at BowserSubaru.com with credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends May 31st. Now that's the power of Bowser. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Hello, I'm business broker Bruce Violet, and I often get asked, what's the best business to get into these days? Well, the answer is the all-new home-based franchise businesses, available in hundreds of different business categories. Ever dreamed of owning your own business, working from home at an extremely affordable cost? Well, now you can, and together we can make it happen. To learn more, visit my website at OpportunityU.com. That's OpportunityU.com. alliessubaru.com or call 800-980-2040.
Is your IRS tax debt making you feel anxious? The professionals at Allies Tax Relief are ready to negotiate your fresh start. Call them now, 800-230-5174.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Marty Griffin, 10 to 2. Love it. I'm here to stay. Spread the word. Appreciate you folks. Love you all. All right, so my partner Patrick has a bike that has an electric motor, and him and his son ride all over the place. And on his adventure, when was it, brother? Was it Thursday?
Last week on Thursday. Yeah, we were riding across the river trail down by the North Shore and happened to come across the police officer's memorial.
By the way, we posted a really cool video. It's absolutely gorgeous. We're not dismissing or disrespecting that memorial.
Oh, no, the memorial's beautiful. One side, which is the side that you see from Acrisure Stadium, it's wonderfully kept. The granite's immaculate. There are fresh flowers up there, fresh wreaths for some of the officers. I believe last week was Fallen Officers Week. So it's a well-kept memorial, but you go to the backside, which I say more people might actually see it from the other side because of the Riverwalk. So people along the trail, you look up at the wall, and they're literally the letters are off the wall. They're gone.
Yeah, how many? What did you say, 8?
Yeah, of the 15 or 20 that are up there, there's maybe half left. They've been literally pried off the wall.
Yep, we determined that because they weren't down below, although someone found a couple of them nearby.
Oh, did they? But the grass is kept around is wonderfully kept around it, so it's well taken care of. But vandals have pried these stainless steel letters right off the concrete.
And so we post this, and we got immediate feedback from one of my favorite people of all time, by the way, who I love to death, and we've teamed up in the past, and that's my man. There's no one more kind, quite frankly, than John Diagardi from Rome Monuments. How are you, my brother?
Real good, Marty. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm great, man. You know that. You love to help people, and you love to make a difference, do you not, sir?
Well, this is upsetting to me because of the respect I have for policemen and law enforcement people in our city and outside of our city. So this one, you definitely hit a nerve.
You got immediately involved. Tell us what you did, because then we're going to bring in Eric.
Well, that Eric Resch from Matthews International. He's a part of their architectural division.
Right.
And he has done many signs for us over the past, sometimes for churches that have been different colors, and also civic memorials as well. So immediately I thought of him, and a lot of times he's floating around in Pittsburgh, and I couldn't get there. I was in Bentleyville when this was brought to my attention, and I was nowhere near you. So I asked Eric, hey, get to the law enforcement memorial on the north side and tell me what you see. And Eric is probably the best one to let you know some things, because those memorials, those letters weren't pried off. We have a problem on that memorial. Oh yes. They can be taken off very easily.
Oh.
Number 2, they are not stainless steel. They look it. They are. Thank God they're not, because the cost would be ridiculous. So the fact that they are aluminum, those are things that Eric found. And
All
I'm
right,
going to
grab him. Let me grab my man.
Grab him right now.
Eric Resch, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing great, Marty. How you doing?
Well, I love this with Matthews. First of all, Matthews is insanely successful when you have a worldwide rep. When you saw this, my man, what did you find?
Well, again, on John's direction, I happened to be in the North Shore where, our corporate office is headquartered. So I took a rundown and made a quick assessment. The letters are installed with studs into the masonry wall. Unfortunately, they are not, super secure, but that will make it easy to remove to have them refinished. You're missing 7 of the letters, it appears.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And, they are, John had given me the heads up that you guys all thought they were stainless. They're definitely aluminum.
Oh.
So we can, those letters can be refurbished to a certain degree, and we can replace the missing letters fairly easily. It's just
nice.
a matter of coordination at this point.
So, John.
Yes, sir.
Eric says you kind of sort of have a cost. Let's do this, man. Let's raise the money and go.
I do. Basically, the cost for the refurbishing is $960, and I want to sit on that for a minute with you.
Yeah.
That's for us to take them off, bring them to the Matthews plant on West Liberty Avenue, and then we will pick them up there and reinstall them.
Nice.
But when we reinstall them, they ain't coming off.
Nice.
Okay? All right. Now, you said something in that other interview that caught my attention.
Yeah.
And it sounded like you might have found one or two of the 7 missing letters.
Yeah, who
Am
said
I
that?
right?
Pat? Someone called in and said they found 2 of the letters nearby, near the Mr. Rogers, but we don't have them.
We want those.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Now here's why.
I don't have them. Do you? No.
Okay. If we can get those from them, when you look at the refurbishing of everything versus a new letter, it's quite a bit of a difference in cost.
I see.
So what I asked Eric, he brought to my attention. He says, John, there's some overgrown shrubs that cover a lot of that lettering on that riverside of the memorial. If you're not going to take care of the shrubs, get them out of there.
Oh.
It's a perfect place to steal stuff. You can work right behind the shrub.
Wow.
All right? Now, they won't get them off when we put them back on. Okay, that's for sure. But the thing is, you really want to kind of do a little bit more than just replace them, refurbish them, but we want to make it tougher for vandals in the future.
Hey, all right, I love you both, and whatever it costs, we'll raise the money. I'm serious about this. That'll take about 10 minutes. Give me a window of time, boys.
$960. The brand new letters are 20.
How much? Sorry.
7 of those. $25.20.
Okay.
You need 7 of those. Now, if they found a couple of them, that moves those 2 into the $960 category, which is a big help.
Yep.
All right. The other thing too is, I asked Eric. He looked behind the shrubs real good. I said, John, I really didn't think about that, but we're gonna start looking, because these going to somebody and wanting the scrap value when they probably thought they were stainless, they quickly found out it's not the material that's worth as much.
All right,
if these were stainless.
So John and Eric, how long will it take?
Well, here's the biggest thing that I would like to say to you. I'd like to have permission to get them all off no later than early next week.
Oh, we'll do that for you
today.
We have the woman who heads the whole deal. We'll get that done.
Yeah, I want to get them all off, and I want to get them in Eric's hands.
All right.
That allows Eric to make sure that if he does have to make any new ones, he can make an exact duplicate.
All right. I love you both.
At the same time, we don't want any of these missing.
I love it, man. You guys are both great. Eric, thanks, my man. Thanks for caring.
Not a problem, Marty.
Love it, man. John, I love you, man. You're the absolute best ever. Thanks, man.
Oh, you take care, Marty. You do a great job.
Take care.
I love
Bye-bye.
this.
Take care.
We will figure out the price, the timeline. I don't care what it costs. We'll raise the money. I mean, if it's 10 grand, it's 10 grand. But I love those men, how they stepped up and get this done for police officers. And Kevin Krause with the Sheriff's Department has made it very clear he'll do whatever it takes to help us raise the money, too. So I love that. Love it. That's what we're about. That's what Get Marty's about. That's what this town is about. And that's a good thing. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty. We're seeing a little bit of backup on the outbound side of Sawmill Run Boulevard. This is starting right around Woodruff Street. And looking at the Parkway West, we're seeing a little backup headed into the city right before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Besides for that, all of our major roadways are looking clear if you're headed out for lunch. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Save big this Memorial Day at Lowe's. Right now, save on 1.5-gallon annual hanging baskets. Get 2 for just $16. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off. Select interior and exterior paint and exterior stain via Lowe's gift card rebate. Shop these deals before they're gone because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 5/29. Hanging baskets in-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. Paint. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details while supplies last.
According to independent studies, AccuWeather has been proven to be the most accurate source of weather forecasts and warnings. In the longest continuous forecast accuracy study comparing AccuWeather to National Weather Service temperature forecasts for Washington, D.C., AccuWeather forecasts have been more accurate in greater than 99% of the months since the study was initiated in January 1998. If you want to be correct most often, AccuWeather is your only solution. Go to AccuWeather.com or download the AccuWeather app in the App Store or Google Play today.
Hi, Tom Jacopin with West Penn Life and Health. Being self-employed is rewarding, but finding affordable health insurance can seem almost impossible. That's why we recommend New Era Health Plans. Unlike marketplace plans with hefty premiums and high deductibles, many people are saving 30 to 60% or more and have no deductibles or copays on things they use most. If you pay for your own health insurance, are uninsured or on COBRA, give us a call at 724-228-7187 or visit newerahealthplans.com to learn more.
We gathered real Pennsylvania seniors and asked them how they would benefit from an extra $1,000. Here's what they had to say.
Everything is so expensive these days.
Car expenses, repairs,
My groceries, heating costs.
medications. Sure, I could easily spend $1,000 like that.
Through Pennsylvania's property tax rent rebate program, eligible seniors and adults with disabilities could receive up to $1,000. Check your eligibility and apply online. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
You know Oakmont Bakery is my joint, right? So, summer months, celebrations, right? You got graduation cakes, cookie trays, sandwich platters, cheeseburger, donuts, delicious, cheeseburger-shaped cakes, flag-shaped cupcakes, the American tort, all the same. All I'm telling you, folks, is this is my joint. Everything there is handmade, homemade, fresh, and absolutely amazing at Oakmont Bakery. It's delicious. Check it out.
The Memorial Day deals at Shorkey Kia are bringing some heat. A 500 vehicle inventory system means you get exactly what you want. New 24 Kia Forte LXS, $165 a month for 24 months with $19.99 due at signing. New 24 Kia Seltos S, $264 a month for 24 months with $19.99 due at signing. And backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. North Huntington and Wexford, PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, ShorkeyKia.com. See dealer for details.
Andy Amrine here for my favorite sustainable gardening product, Pit Moss. Better Homes and Gardens named Pit Moss the #1 overall potting and peat-free soil. It's lightweight and requires 2/3 less water. For beautiful plants, buy Pit Moss at your local hardware or garden center.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. Grunt-style T-shirts were first sold by the founder from the trunk of his car. 50 million shirts later, Marine Corps combat veteran Tim Jensen shares just how much this veteran-owned company has grown.
I came in folding T-shirts, and from there it was just off to the races, right? 2014, we made our first $1 million, then we blow up to $10 million, then 25, 35, 50, 70, 100, which is extraordinarily difficult for anybody out there that understands business, right? You're trying to scale a business that's going through triple-digit growth. You're white-knuckling the entire time saying, oh my God, like how do I keep this thing from not exploding and the wheels blowing off in every direction?
Some puzzles are hard to solve, others are hard to prove. Listen to Blood is Thicker, the Hargan Family Killings, wherever you get your podcasts. Access episodes early and ad-free with 48 Hours Plus on Apple Podcasts.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I love Springsteen. In the day they let it out on the streets and the runaway American dream. Man, that man. He was my life's version of Taylor Swift. Obsessed. I knew every word. Still do. Every song. Man, that dude could write. I love that guy. I love that guy. All right. Let's stay on the track here as I fade away trying to sing Springsteen. I want to grab Donna because she's the best. Thus the name, Donna Best. Hi, Donna. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, Marty. How are you?
Fabulous. So, as we get into this, tell folks who you are.
I'm Donna Best. I am the president of the Allegheny County Law Enforcement Officers Memorial and the president of the Pennsylvania chapter of Concerns of Police Survivors.
All right, so we're going to help. I know you're busy, so you probably weren't listening, but we got two guys. We got John Giagardi from Rome Monuments, who's amazing. And then we have Eric Hesh, who's from Matthews, who's also amazing. We're going to get this done on the Police Officer Memorial, okay?
You're fabulous, and so are they.
Yeah. The thing is, and Craig, I don't know anything about anything. What about, it's going to be about, I'm not exaggerating, Patrick, ballparking about 20 grand, right? Hold on, man. About 20,000.
Yeah, about 20,000 is what Eric.
Oh, we can't afford that.
No. I'm not calling you for money. Come on.
Okay.
We're going to have to get together with you and Patrick because he's a guru at this stuff. We will build a GoFundMe page. And Kraus wants to help, and every cop listening is going to send checks. I'm getting my phone blown up here. Plumbers are calling me. Air conditioning guys are calling me.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. Let's build a GoFundMe.
GoFundMe page.
Let's set a goal and get this done fast, and they'll get it done for us. Right?
That would be excellent. It's so much appreciated by the law enforcement community here in Allegheny County and across the state.
Well, first of all, that's a friggin' beautiful memorial. Absolutely gorgeous. You know what they said? You know what they said, Donna, that I want you to think about. And Patrick, they made a point that tell them what they suggested that she does.
Oh, yeah, Donna, you know the bushes around the backside where the letters are missing?
Yes.
So they pointed out those bushes are overgrown, and if they're not going to be kept up, maybe we should just get one or two of those bushes removed so they're not covering the letters up and leaving spaces where people can hide and take letters off and do other, various criminal things.
Well, because the property is owned by the Pittsburgh Sports and Exhibition Authority, we have to get permission from them to do that.
All right. So let's start that process because we can get someone to do that for us, too.
Absolutely.
But it kind of, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it, Donna?
Oh, it makes absolute sense, yes.
And
definitely,
she's a wonderful woman, and she gives a damn, which most people don't care about anything. But you make a very significant point. This stuff is very expensive, and you have very little money coming in to do a lot of work with a lot of things. Is that fair?
That is fair, yes.
All right. So let's get this. I am not exaggerating. I am not kidding you. We've raised $200,000 in an afternoon. I will get this done for you. We will get this done, right, Patrick?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no question.
I guarantee you that, Don, all right?
Patrick, Marty, it would be so much appreciated. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Well, I'm thankful that my brother here, Patrick, was riding his bike and was intuitive enough and cares enough to even notice because I had never heard this before. Do you even know when this happened? Do you know?
Just over the last several months is all I'm aware of.
4 months?
Several. I don't know.
And Patrick, what did he say? They'll make them permanent. You won't be able to take these off, right?
Yeah, exactly. He said there was an issue with the way they were put on in the first place. It was real easy to take them off, but they're going to fix it this time and make sure that doesn't happen again.
And some moron probably thought it was steel, but they're not. They're actually aluminum. But they're what do you say? They're $2,500 each.
Yeah, $2,500 a piece to make.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. But believe me, Matthews, they're wonderful people and they do a great job, and so does John. So we wanted to call you, and we love you. So let's get together and get this done. All right, my dear?
That sounds great. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
All righty.
All right. Very cool. In case you folks don't get over to the North Shore, it's an absolutely gorgeous Memorial. It is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, it's stunning. It's a very nice tribute to the men and women who have given their lives protecting our communities.
Yeah, man. And it needs to be perfect.
It should be.
Yeah. We'll raise the money in an hour or so. I'm serious about that. We'll get this done, folks. All right? And we're so grateful for Donna, and especially for Matthews and Rome Monuments. We love you guys.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started Wesley Financial Group to do one thing, help people get out of their timeshare nightmare. When you buy a timeshare, the timeshare company can raise your annual maintenance fees at will. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Want out of your timeshare? Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. Call 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
It's Marty. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. Physical, folks. Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Sunny and 81 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Crews are on the scene of a chemical fire in Washington County in Omnis Bailey building in West Findlay Township. Fire started shortly after 6:30 a.m. The first firefighters to arrive couldn't enter the building where diesel fuel and other hazardous materials are stored. Some homes from Anon Church Road and Route 18 have been evacuated as a precaution. In a statement, Consol Energy says the fire has no direct impact on mining operations or employees, and there have been no injuries. Construction of the city's new bus rapid transit system has been underway for about 8 months. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has an update.
The first phase started in September 2023 and is expected to last about 18 months. The most recent development starts today with a new work zone on 6th Avenue between 5th Avenue and Diamond Street. Rich Fitzgerald, executive director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, says the connector will cost $300 million to build.
It will be high speed, won't be rail, but it'll be a bus rapid transit that'll take you from Oakland through Uptown into the Golden Triangle.
And that will be when?
Maybe late next year.
The former county executive was Larry's guest on the Big K Morning Show. What is now called the University Line will eventually feature 5 stations in a downtown loop. The second phase, that includes Uptown and Oakland, is expected to be up for bids before the end of the year. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A veterans program to honor older military veterans arrives in Pittsburgh. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the details.
Whether you're a World War II all the way to Vietnam, the Vietnam veterans never got the welcome home. So be able to honor veterans of all service areas and let them know that the service to their country matters.
Stops will include the National Museum of the U.S. Air Force in Dayton, Ohio, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, the Lincoln Memorial, and more. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 7 points. The Nasdaq is up 101. The S&P 500 is up 14. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, guys, Marty. Had 2 great meals with my wife in the last month. Both of them at Oakmont. Both of them at restaurants owned by my good friend J.K., the man. Okay, the Lot. I'm not exaggerating. The best brunch I've ever had at the Lot. I'm serious. The best dinner I've had in a year. Hofstadt's. They're in the same town. They're on the same strip. They're owned by the same man. The Lot, and Hofstadt's JK Delivers. Great stuff.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Hey, guys, check this out. Our house is 80 years old. I love it. We have this big picture window in what you would call the formal living room. It needs repaired. It needs replaced. And it needs replaced badly. So I am so happy to know that Universal Windows Direct is coming to the house to take a look. They got this amazing opportunity right now. If you call them, 412-545-6003. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Love it. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. Buy 20, get 20 free. In other words, there is no limit. And 0% financing for 60 months. Folks, the windows perform better and last longer. They have this super spacer technology which insulates the windows. 412-543-6003. Universal Windows Direct.
Pittsburgh CLO presents Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill at the newly renovated Greer Cabaret Theater. Discover the life and music of Billie Holiday. The time is 1959. The place is a seedy bar in Philadelphia. The audience is about to witness one of Billie Holiday's last performances. Pittsburgh CLO's Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. May 17th through June 30th at the Greer Cabaret Theater. For tickets, visit PittsburghCLO.org.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination. Get in zone, AutoZone.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic brought to you by Bowser. What's up, Samantha?
Hey, Marty. Looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cams, the backup on the Parkway West inbound is building as you're headed into the city. This is starting right around Green Tree all the way to the Fort Pitt tunnels. Going over the Parkway East, going inbound, you'll see a little bit of backup as you start at Edgewood, Swissville. All major roadways are looking clear for lunch. With AAA Traffic comes Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mostly sunny and very warm this afternoon, high 87. Mainly clear and mild tonight, a low of 62. And still quite warm tomorrow with some sunshine, high 88. That'll be close to the record high of 92. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for a special Memorial Day weekend edition of the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market Team as they discuss your favorite picnic foods. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. We're back at it on this Monday. Colin Dunlap, I'll talk to you then right here on KDKA.
So we learn by our own personal experiences. I have issues with balance from chemotherapy and radiation, and quite frankly, from trying to be an athlete, injuries and age and all this crazy stuff. And I went to, and I still go, I go once, twice a week sometimes to this place called Physical in Monroeville. And it's been fabulous. What kind of surprised me when I walked in there the first time, I met 2 doctors. Patrick, had you any idea that now you have to have a doctorate? You have to be a doctor in physical therapy in Pennsylvania.
No, I did not know that.
I didn't either. It's actually fascinating to me, and I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why it matters, because it's made a massive difference in my life. Dr. Jess Nolan. Sister, what's up?
Hi, Marty. How are you?
Fabulous. You are a doctor of physical therapy. When did this happen, and why is this important for folks who are listening? Because it's made a big difference for me, my friend.
So when did I become a physical therapist?
Yes, and when did this change occur now? I'm seeing there's new programs, and why is this happening in Pennsylvania? Why is this important?
So I graduated from PT school in 2019, and originally you only needed a master's degree in order to become a physical therapist. However, over the past couple of years, more and more programs have transitioned into doctorate of physical therapy programs, and now there are no longer any programs in existence where you don't get a doctorate degree. So every physical therapy program from now on, you do require to obtain a doctorate degree.
By the way, Doc, for me personally, it's massive because I had cancer and have real balance issues. Balance is a big, big problem, is it not, my friend?
It is 110%. Most people don't realize what is all involved with your balance, which is why whenever someone comes in to physical therapy and balance centers here in Monroeville, Dr. Stephanie or I complete a full assessment of the person. So we assess not only your muscle strength, we assess your vitals and your blood pressure, but we're looking at your balance system as well.
These are folks that have had chemo like I have, folks who might have had hip injuries, even a hip replacement, a knee replacement, you name it, right, Jess?
You name it, and we can treat it.
And kind of laid out for me why it's so important that you are a doctor and how that makes a difference when someone's in there getting help.
It's definitely important to come see a doctor of physical therapy, and part of the reasons that is now required for us to obtain a doctorate degree is because of something called direct access. So Pennsylvania is a direct access state, which means that you do not require a prescription or a referral from your primary care doctor or even your orthopedic doctor to come see a physical therapist. And due to that fact that you don't need a prescription, we require a lot more schooling now so we can be aware of other comorbidities and things that are going on. So if someone walks in off the street and wants to be seen for an evaluation, we can do that. But we also want to acquire their past medical history. We're going to assess their blood pressure, and we're going to look at other findings to see, okay, possibly is your shoulder pain not coming from your shoulder? Is it a heart attack instead?
Right.
We need all of these years of training to be able to differentiate that.
You know, I never imagined this, but it's pretty intense and it's pretty important. And it's kind of changed the dynamic of the treatment. How long do you have to go to school to get this degree? This is actually fascinating.
So on average, it could be anywhere between 6 to 7 years to obtain a doctorate of physical therapy. So for most places, you need to do 4 years of undergraduate studies and obtain a bachelor's degree. And then you have an additional 2 to 3 years of PT school.
And it's not just walking around. You have a lot of stuff there that's very unique, that's actually very, very helpful. Do you not, Jess?
I personally think we do. We have fantastic modalities, which are treatment techniques that we have here that actually aren't available at any other clinic in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, it's made a difference. And you know, I'm being objective, but you've seen a change in my balance, have you not?
Oh, I definitely have. Compared to the first time you walked through the doors, your confidence is up a lot more than it used to be. You're a lot more steady, and I can just see that you're rip-roaring and ready to go.
And I'm the greatest patient you've ever had in your life, ever, Jess.
I don't know. What if our patients are listening to this?
Hey, Jess, how cute was it, though? Last time I was there, this wonderful woman who had an injury came up and gave me $50 to help people because she's aware of Get Marty, and then she's in there to get help for her injury. It's very, very cool stuff, was it not?
That's amazing. And she's coming in because of you, Marty, actually. She has been to therapy in the past, and she's told us that she's had bad experiences with physical therapy. Physical therapists will just leave her to do her exercises. There's other PTs working on 6 different patients at a time, but she was so encouraged and motivated by your story, and we are incredibly thankful for that.
Dr. Jess, see you Wednesday, sister.
All right, it's a date.
All right, thank you. She's very, very good. It's a very, very cool thing. I have learned about myself so many things. If you get really sick, as I was, if you get injured, as I was, you either take it and sulk and whine and complain and bitch, or you aggressively pursue a difference. And I swear I take voice training. I have swallow therapy. I have this thing called a tongue-o-meter so that I don't choke to death. My wife had to do the Heimlich 4 times, so we got to do swallow therapy. I have balance therapy. I have diet programs, nutrition programs. When you get sick or when you get older, and I'm both, you can either sit back and give up and whine and complain, or you can make a difference and stick to programs and listen to doctors. I wanted to snag her because I was actually shocked that your physical therapist now has to be a doctor. And I tell you what, they know their thing. I have at UPMC this young woman named Allison, the best therapist I've ever had in my life for my throat, ever. Why? Because they give a damn. Why? Because Jess gives a damn. You meet these people that really want to make a difference in your life, and they really buy in. And it's been a blessing, man. And it really does create positivity in your life rather than sulking about, I had cancer, I'm done, I'm giving up. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser, Samantha the savant of all traffic. What's up?
Hey, Marty. We're still seeing that backup building up in the Parkway West going inbound. This is headed towards the city starting around Green Tree and heading to the Fort Pitt tunnels. We're also seeing some building backup over on the Parkway East headed inbound around Edgewood, Swissvale. Other than that, all of our other major roadways are looking clear. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hi, I'm Joe Potocznik from JP Roofing and Siding. I've been in the business for 42 years and have grown in the business by hard work and customer satisfaction. Trust your next roofing and siding project with JP Roofing and Siding. I am offering homeowners $500 off of your next roofing and siding project. We also offer a 10-year warranty on all labor. Please call us at 412-829-7711. For a free estimate, that's 412-829-7711. JP Roofing and Siding.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
So, hey, it's Marty. You know, we're getting there. It's spring right here. It's going to get real windy. A lot of trees leaning over toward your house, leaning over in the yard. Tree branches in a precarious position. Here's what you got to do. You got to call my boy, Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service. Insane pricing. The best training. The best equipment. I've used Carlos at my house several times, and my neighbors. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Want to live a happier, healthier, pain-free life? Tune into Pittsburgh Works this Saturday at noon. Jessica Festa of the OptiLux Wellness Center will feature all the services offered, including PRP, regenerative medicine, and massage therapy. Listen and heal this Saturday at noon.
Don't miss the Round Ball Classic all Memorial Day weekend from North Allegheny High School. News Radio KDKA has complete coverage Thursday through Sunday of Pittsburgh's best high school basketball players. Don't miss the action as we kick off the summer with the region's best basketball tournament. Rising Star Invitational Tips at 6 on Thursday.
It's presented by Preston and Grafton Insurance Agency and Caveman Basketball. And brought to you by Rye Sports, Run the Show, and by LGKG.
Only on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey guys, Marty for the Bath Authority. Oh my, are they preaching to the choir in this one? We got an old shower, we got an old bathroom, and it's all outdated. It had mold, it had mildew, broken tiles. You got to call, as I got to call, the folks at Bath Authority. In fact, I got them coming to my house. Why? Insane quality, insane craftsmanship, lifetime warranty. Call 412-249-1140. Get $1,500 off on a new shower or bath. 412-249-1140.
Hey, it's Paul Zeiss here. If that sizzling sound made your mouth water, you're in the right place. Let's talk about something sizzling. How about making a Bacon 180 with a Waken 180? Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying that crispy, savory goodness. One of the 50 reasons I chose a Waken 180. 25 pounds in only 3 weeks, and I did it while still enjoying a ton of my favorite foods. The difference, I had my coach showing me how to enjoy them the right way. A full Bacon 180. But hey, maybe you're not a bacon fan. I get it. Everyone loves bacon. Not this guy. No bacon, no problem. Awaken 180 caters to any diet or taste profile, no matter what it is. Vegetarian, vegan, omnivore, even flexitarian. And I don't even know what that is. Yes, that's a thing, though. And you're covered, too. The point is, if you want to lose weight, lose it fast, and then keep it off, then make your own Bacon 180 with Awaken 180 online at awaken180weightloss.com.
At Spitzer Acura, we've got a huge selection of vehicles, state-of-the-art showrooms, and yes, we've even got Panda. But the most important thing is you. That's why everything here revolves around you. Like the Spitzer Shield that offers added protection at no additional cost, including a nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, and we've got incredible deals on new 2024 Integras.
Wag more. Spend less at Spitzer Acura McMurray.
Our world revolves around you. Visit SpitzerAcura.com for details.
Paid for by government.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $20 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 50 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-574-6468, and you are guaranteed a $20 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-574-6468. Call now, and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-800-574-6468 now to secure your $20 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-574-6468.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Because of stubbornly high inflation, Walmart cut prices on thousands of items last quarter and sales rose. And now Target knows a lot of its customers are hurting as well. It's doing the same thing, saying it already lowered prices on about 1,500 popular items: milk, meat, bread, soda, fresh fruit, diapers, pet foods, and more. And it's going to cut prices on more, totaling 5,000 items. They say shoppers will save millions. More than a month after Tesla CEO Elon Musk announced plans to slash upwards of 15,000 jobs, he's still not done. A lot of workers living in fear of getting the axe. The latest cuts could extend through June, make up 20% of the automaker's workforce. Sales of Tesla right now down about 2%. Elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks are mostly higher. The Dow is pretty much flat, but the Nasdaq is up 0.2%. The S&P up 0.25%.
And as expected, the Red Lobster seafood restaurant chain has filed for bankruptcy. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
So, last week, this kid, and he is a kid, this Butker guy, he's the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs. He gives a speech at a conservative Catholic college outside of Kansas City. And if you haven't heard, there's a point to doing this again. If you haven't heard it, here's an excerpt. Listen to Mr. Butker.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife and as a mother. By making it to this moment through all the adversity thrown your way from COVID, I hope you learned the important lessons that suffering in this life is only temporary. As a group, you witnessed firsthand how bad leaders who don't stay in their lane can have a negative impact on society. While COVID might have played a large role throughout your formative years, it is not unique. Bad policies and poor leadership have negatively impacted major life issues. Things like abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as a growing support for degenerate cultural values in media, all stem from the pervasiveness of disorder. Our own nation is led by a man who publicly and proudly proclaims his Catholic faith, but at the same time is delusional enough to make the sign of the cross during...
You get it. He's a conservative. By the way, that guy speaks for 150 million plus conservative Christians in America. Patrick, you worked in the South. That is from the book. That's how they feel.
Absolutely, and not just the South. Rural America is right there, too.
Right. This is not unusual for us to hear this, me and you.
No, not
I've
at all.
heard it in 1,000 churches. This guy, who's a place kicker for the Chiefs, makes $3.5 million a year. People hate him. Hate. He's been threatened. People want him fired. My daughters can't stand him. I swear. My niece attacked me over the weekend. She hates him. Why? Why? Was America better when families were together? Yes. Was a family better when the wife stayed home and raised the kids? Yes. What's wrong with that? Why is he lying? Why is he now Satan incarnate? I'm serious. So, yesterday, Kansas City Star, #1 newspaper in Kansas City, headline: the Kansas City Chiefs should fire Harrison Butler and hire someone who kicks like a girl. And the paper proposed they cut him and hire a female kicker. So, destroy his name, destroy his livelihood, and replace him with a woman because he spoke the truth to about 125 to 150 million Americans. I love my wife. My wife has an amazing job. My wife is a badass. My wife is 10x what I am. Amazing. However, what he said is what 125 to 150 million people believe. That's the disconnect in America. The guy told the truth to a lot of people who believe this. Fact. Not disputable. But instead of just saying, oh, a different opinion, I disagree, fire him, hate him, hurt him. That's not the America I love.
There's so much going on in the world.
Say the word and unlock the world.
I love listening on Alexa. It's on every smart speaker I have. Some rooms have more than one because my husband's obsessed with technology.
Tell your smart speaker to play News Radio KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for over 20 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Boss TV and Appliance. I know how good they are. They've been in my house. We have several other appliances. They've been to Larry's house. He loves them. Look, if you're looking for a new appliance, a new television, why pick Boss? It's the only place you'll ever need. They're small enough to treat you like family and big enough to offer an array of quality TVs and appliance. Boss TV and Appliance. Big brands. Reliable delivery and service. And the lowest prices in town guaranteed. Trust Boss. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
Hi, Paul Alexander for Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen is the full-service replacement window division of Andersen. That's right. Renewal by Andersen's parent company, Andersen, has been building quality windows and doors for more than 120 years. That takes you all the way back to 1903. Now, Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows are made of Fibrix material, a composite. It's twice as strong as vinyl, offers the beauty of wood without all the maintenance problems. Now, here's the big difference. It's 2 times stronger than vinyl, won't bend, warp, or crack when exposed to our hot and cold temperatures like vinyl can. Just look at our road conditions around here. That is from the weather, the quick, the thaw, the freeze, all the changes. If you don't like the weather around here, just wait 20 minutes. It'll change. Now, Fibrix is available in 9 exterior colors and 6 interior colors, including black, dark bronze, and sandtone. Our acclaimed windows are available in 49 color combinations. For example, you can choose to have black on the outside and white on the inside. The problem is vinyl windows can warp, bend, and crack, and our seasonal temperatures certainly make sure that happens. Now, this can lead to seal failure, fogginess in between the glass, and difficulty just opening and closing your windows. May is getting a little bit short. Let's get to it. During May, you can save 20% on all windows, patio doors, and entry doors, plus get $500 off your entire project when you buy 4 or more units. There are affordable payment options. Call 412-448-9090, 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for additional details.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Sunny and 83 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. Police in the Pittsburgh area are reporting 3 motorcycle accidents in 6 hours on Sunday. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the details.
A motorcycle collided with a vehicle at the intersection of Forbes and South Dallas Avenues just after 4 p.m. Both the cyclist and a passenger were injured and taken to a hospital. Around the same time, a motorcycle crashed with a minivan in North Versailles near the intersection of 5th and Westinghouse Avenues. The driver of the motorcycle, Benjamin Pekosik of Monroeville, was pronounced dead at a hospital. The van driver was in stable condition. Last night around 9:30, there was a second cycle accident in North Versailles at the intersection of Route 30 and Clyde Avenue. Cyclist Darren Clark of Beaver Falls died after being taken to a hospital. The van driver was not injured. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
As you might expect, this warmer weather means more motorcycles on the road. May is Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. KDK's Susie Cool has more.
May marks Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month because it's usually the beginning of riding season for motorcyclists due to the warm weather ahead. Here's how those on their motorcycles can make sure they're safe when hitting the road, according to AAA's Jim Garrity.
If you're on a motorcycle, there's a couple things you can do to make yourself
more visible to other people, making sure you're wearing brighter clothing, making sure you're wearing a helmet, as you're driving where the tires of other cars drive.
It's also important to note that sharing the road means motorists must be aware of motorcyclists and understand they share the same rights and responsibilities on the road. Susie Cole, News Radio, KDKA.
Construction of the city's new bus rapid transit system has been underway for about 8 months. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has an update.
The first phase started in September 2023 and is expected to last about 18 months. The most recent development starts today with a new work zone on 6th Avenue between 5th Avenue and Diamond Street. Rich Fitzgerald, executive director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, says the connector will cost $300 million to build.
It will be high speed, won't be rail, but it'll be a bus rapid transit that'll take you from Oakland through Uptown into the Golden Triangle.
And that will be when?
Maybe late next year.
The former county executive was Larry's guest on the Big K Morning Show. What is now called the University Line will eventually feature 5 stations in a downtown loop. The second phase, that includes Uptown and Oakland, is expected to be up for bids before the end of the year. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 29 points. The Nasdaq up 136. The S&P 500 is up 18 points. KDK Sports, Pirates took 3 of 4 from the Cubs, winning 3-2 yesterday at Wrigley. Pirates have the day off today. They will open a 3-game series at home with the San Francisco Giants tomorrow. News brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, making life better one roof at a time. TrustPJ.com. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Sunny and 83 degrees in Pittsburgh. KDK AAA traffic and AccuWeather together next.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi for the Power of Bowser. Spring is in full bloom, and so are the savings at Bowser Subaru's Spring Sales Event. Get ready to embrace the season in style with the Subaru Forester, the ultimate adventure companion for all your springtime adventures. And now at Bowser Subaru, take home the Forester and get 2.9% APR for 72 months. Whether you're headed to the mountains for a weekend getaway or navigating through the streets of Pittsburgh, the Forester offers unmatched versatility and performance. So seize the moment and experience the joys of springtime savings. Visit BowserSubaru.com and find your perfect Subaru today with credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends May 31st.
Well, that's the power of Bowser.
Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South, on top of the hill.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You've heard me talk about Brian Breisinger. He's my man at MetaConnect. I'm serious about this. Now it's time for me to do this. Join me in a series of videos as I begin the process of signing up for Medicare. Questions asked, information shared. Ultimately, which Medicare plan is right for me. And always, as you know, there's no charge for MetaConnect services. This is great. Visit MetaConnectInsurance.com or call 888-818-6334. MetaConnect. Great stuff.
Hi, I'm Phil DeLucini. Some of you in Pittsburgh may recognize me for handling criminal matters with my associate attorney, Nicole Nino. But what you probably did not realize is that my law firm handles auto accident cases as well. Attorneys Rick Marhefka and Ken Nolan in my firm handle these cases and give initial free consultations. So if you're in an auto accident or you believe you're injured because of an auto accident, contact my law firm at 1-800-GET-PHIL, located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Samantha,
Hey,
the
Marty.
traffic guru. What's up?
Hey, Marty. We do have some accidents to report. An accident here on Oakwood Street and Bennett Street. This is in Homewood. We're also looking at another accident here on Cool Springs Drive and Baptist Road. This is in Bethel Park near the AHN Sports Complex. So look for delays there. We're also seeing the backup is building on the Parkway West inbound. This is headed towards the city, starting around Green Tree all the way to the Fort Pitt Tunnels, and on the Parkway East inbound around Edgewood, Swissville. We're also seeing some backup on the outbound side on the Liberty Bridge. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine will mix with some clouds this afternoon. It will be quite warm, a high of 87. Mainly clear, mild tonight, low 62, and still very warm tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds. High tomorrow, 88 degrees. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? It's Marty, 10 to 2. Check it out every day. Spread the word. Man, I love this stuff. How technology can really help folks in a big-time way. So let me throw some stuff out there. How does a person with low vision know where their coffee cup is? This is legit. This happens. How does a wheelchair user get to the beach? Legit. Real-life stuff. How about this? How does someone who's a quadriplegic play video games? How about that? How about weightlifting for folks in these categories? So many things. Cooking. How about that? There are products and processes and technology that give you hope. And I grabbed at the opportunity to have Mitch Bell. Mitch, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great. Mitch is a rehab innovation specialist at UPMC. Mitch, there is hope for folks who didn't have hope before. Is that fair?
Yes, that's there's a lot of products out there, especially recently, looking at assistive technology and disability that people aren't aware of.
See, that's why I wanted to have Mitch so badly today. And at the new Mercy Pavilion, they are right at the forefront of this. Mitch, give me a couple ideas of what assistive technology is.
Yeah, the definition, it's anything that's used to increase, maintain, or improve someone's capabilities. And that can be a temporary disability or a permanent disability. So that could even go from if you have a broken arm or a broken hand. A lot of the stuff we have here, you mentioned adaptive cooking. So knives, forks, spoons that are easier to hold, ways to slice or peel or zest or crack an egg if you don't have fine motor function in your hands. There's just so much out there. And then it goes to the high-end technology where you have a person with paralysis who only has movement from the neck up. You can now use eye tracking, head tracking to control a computer, video games, your smartphone, pretty much anything.
Wow. There's hope, right? It's a very good time, is it not, Mitch?
Very good time, yeah.
Give me a couple of examples of folks who have come in and had special needs and you were able to use assistive technology to help them, Mitch.
Sure. One of the really cool ones, I grew up playing video games. So in this building, we have physical occupational therapy, a lot of people with strokes. So I was introduced by one of the therapists to a gamer who now only has movement on his right hand and just hasn't played video games in a few years. And that's what he used to do to socialize with his friends and, you know, take a break from work and from his day.
Sure.
So there are 3D printed adaptations that you can add to a controller. There's ones that kind of snap on to an Xbox controller and let you play with just one hand, or you can plug in switches, use voice commands. So I was able to try out a couple different options with him and then give him the resources he needed to be able to purchase those on his own or find some places that could help him.
It's amazing. Hey, the examples that I mentioned, how does a wheelchair user get to the beach, Mitch?
Yeah, we learned of a really cool product, someone I met last year who she was a surfer, and some of the people that she knew weren't able to get their wheelchairs down to the beach. So she designed this flexible, maybe 3 foot by 3 foot, like hard plastic grid that you can buy multiple ones and snap them together and lay them down on the sand or lay them down in your yard in the grass. And then wheelchairs can just roll right over top of them.
Wow. And it's simple and pragmatic, is it not, Mitch?
Yeah, it's super simple, something that they saw a need and she made it. And starting to get away from just the medical products that are more expensive and coming to things where someone that's an entrepreneur comes up with the product and sells it at a cost that's affordable to the user.
I love this. Mitch Bell, Rehab Innovation Specialist at UPMC. I absolutely love this. Is called Assist Plus, what you put together. How do you evaluate a patient? How do they come to you? How do you find out what they need and how you can help them? How's that work?
There's a couple different ways. So sometimes if they're upstairs in an appointment, their healthcare professional might know of one of these products and say, you should check it out. You can talk to Mitch. Previously, the therapist could show them the website, but that's about it. That's all of the follow-up. So if they come down here, we can let them actually try it hands-on. All of our stuff's out of the box. We want to make sure it's the right fit and then give them, resources. We can also help during appointments. So sometimes the doctor will let me know a week ahead of time someone's coming in and I should look into things. Or we're also open to the public where people can just come in and learn about this stuff.
Hey, Mitch, how do folks afford this? Is it expensive, sir?
There is a range. So one of the challenges is that a lot of this assistive technology isn't covered by insurance. Most insurances go just for things that are inside the home and things you need to do to live. But we know that there's things that are much more important, things that you want to do, your hobbies, recreation. So some of these products are, $2, maybe $10, something very cheap that could, just change your world. And then there are more expensive ones, but we want to help out with that. And like the adaptive video game controllers, some of them can be a couple $100s, but we can connect them with the nonprofits or grants, funding sources that might either pay for the device or, help through that.
I would imagine for you, Mitch, it's very rewarding, right?
Yeah, it's just so cool. I love learning about new products, new technology. I've used some of this stuff and it's just, awesome to be able to show that stuff to people and see the change it makes.
Well, I'm kind of fascinated with your career path. This has to be pretty new, this whole career that you've taken on, this rehab innovation specialist. Is it new or transitioning or what? This is actually amazing. I'm thinking about this for my son because he loves this kind of stuff.
It's a bit of a transition. It's growing rapidly right now. So in the past, there were rehab engineers. A lot come from an engineering background. And before there was all of these custom products and wheelchairs, they would actually build those in the clinics. But now with smartphones, computers, there's so much technology out there. And I did the master's in rehabilitation technology at Pitt, which kind of sets you up for this. So we learn how to work with patients, a bit about healthcare, about clinical work, but also how to evaluate, make sure it meets their needs, look into a bunch of products, and then make some modifications as well.
I love this, man. You know what it is, man? For me, it's about hope, giving hope to folks that were hopeless. You have to feel that, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. And do people have to be there physically to use these resources, Mitch?
Not just physically. We're working on some projects in UPMC where we're setting up a way that anyone that's in an appointment with one of their healthcare providers, if the doctor thinks they should learn about this, they can video call in. We can show them around the space and maybe send some of those resources by email. Hopefully open that up a bit more to the public, but we can help by email, by phone. We really just want to make sure everyone knows about this stuff, and then we can connect them to who they need to.
I love what you're doing at UPMC Mercy. Mitch, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Very cool. Very cool. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's going on?
Hey, Marty. Looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cams, we have crews on the scene of an accident at the intersection of Shady Avenue and 5th Avenue. This is in Shady side, and I am seeing a little bit of backup, so watch out for that. Going over to the Parkways, looking at Parkway West inbound, if you're headed out of the city, you're going to see some backup starting at Green Tree all the way to the Fort Pitt tunnels. And on the Parkway East going inbound, you'll see some backup starting around Edgewood, Swissvale. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. And here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof expert. It's Marty. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. Physical, folks. Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory, Pittsburgh's custom window treatment leader for over 60 years. Free shop at home service, huge selection of blinds and drapery fabrics, factory direct prices. Call 412-665-4900 or visit lachinadrapery.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. What's up? By now you've heard the boring story of my life as a Catholic. Had Catholic nuns in my family, had Catholic priests in my extended family, the Griffins from Ireland. Everybody in our family, both the Irish and Italians from the old country, were all Catholic. That's just the way it is. Then we quit going. I yanked my family out of the Catholic Church. Had friends who were Boy Scouts. Well, see how the mind works. Who were altar boys who were sexually assaulted by a pastor at a church where I was an altar boy as a kid. 5 of them are dead or committed suicide. I got bitter, angry, disgusted, all those things, and walked away from it for an extended period of time. Fine. That's my problem. And theirs, actually. Fast forward to last night. Seriously. Watching a very inspirational Pope with Nora O'Donnell. I guess, Patrick, there's an hour special tonight, an hour. By the way, he never gives interviews. It's very rare. And she was enthralled with him, you could tell, which is very cool. She's a Catholic girl and all that stuff. And I wanted Samantha, who did a hell of a job, grab the, what did you say, Sam, about 5 minutes? Yeah. Of this Pope. Seems like a cool guy. And I'm not trying to demean him by calling him a cool guy. He seems very kind and engaging and loving and caring and spiritual. Embraces homosexuality, embraces transgender folks, doesn't say to hell with you to anyone, which is very refreshing. I wanted you to hear about 5 minutes, because I was enthralled with it, and so was my wife, Christine, and my daughter, Sophia, was watching too. This is the Pope with Nora O'Donnell. Listen to him.
During World Children's Day, the UN says over 1 million people will be facing famine in Gaza, many of them children.
No solo en Gaza.
Not just in Gaza. Think of Ukraine. Many kids from Ukraine come here. You know something? That those children don't know how to smile. I'll say something to them. They have forgotten how to smile, and that is very painful.
Do you have a message for Vladimir Putin when it comes to Ukraine?
Por favor.
Please, warring countries, all of them, stop. Stop the war. You must find a way of negotiating for peace. Strive for peace. A negotiated peace is always better than an endless war.
What's happening in Israel and Gaza has caused so much division, so much pain around the world. I don't know if you've seen in the United States big protests on college campuses and growing anti-Semitism. What would you say about how to change that?
All ideology is bad. And anti-Semitism is an ideology, and it is bad. Any anti is always bad. You can criticize one government or another, the government of Israel, the Palestinian government. You can criticize all you want, but not anti a people. Neither anti-Palestinian nor anti-Semitic, no.
I know you call for peace. You have called for a ceasefire in many of your sermons. Can you help negotiate peace?
What I can do is pray. I pray a lot for peace. And also to suggest, please stop, negotiate.
You have done more than anyone to try and reform the Catholic Church and repent for years of unspeakable sexual abuse against children by members of the clergy. But has the Church done enough?
It must continue to do more. Unfortunately, the tragedy of the abuses is enormous. And against this, an upright conscience. And not only to not permit it, but to put in place the conditions so that it does not happen.
You have said zero tolerance.
It cannot be tolerated. When there is a case of a religious man or woman who abuses, the full force of the law falls upon them. In this, there has been a great deal of progress.
Last year, you decided to allow Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples. That's a big change. Why?
No, what I allowed was not to bless the union. That cannot be done because that is not the sacrament. I cannot. The Lord made it that way. But to bless each person, yes. The blessing is for everyone. For everyone. To bless a homosexual type union, however, goes against the given right, against the law of the Church. But to bless each person, why not? The blessing is for all. Some people were scandalized by this, but why? Everyone. Everyone.
You have said, who am I to judge? Homosexuality is not a crime.
No, it's a human fact.
There are conservative bishops in the United States that oppose your new efforts to revisit teachings and traditions. How do you address their criticism?
You used an adjective, conservative. That is, conservative is one who clings to something and does not want to see beyond that. It is a suicidal attitude. Because one thing is to take tradition into account, to consider situations from the past. But quite another is to be closed up inside a dogmatic box.
Dogmática cuadrada.
How about that? Kind of cool. Pope Francis. He's 87. Pretty sharp. And he's kind and considerate. And look, I was telling my kids this because they don't have any context for this. The Pope was the man when I was growing up. We were taught, and this is fact, that the Pope sat in this chair in Rome, and when he was in that chair, he was talking to God, and you were to believe that. And in fact, when I was growing up, it was an honor to have someone in your family become a priest. It was a big deal. It was a really big deal to have a priest as a friend who would come over your house and have dinner. Big. Insanely powerful men. Too powerful, obviously. Insanely wealthy church. It was. Now it isn't. The wounds are self-inflicted. The Catholics, what they did with hundreds of thousands of boys, destroyed their lives. But I loved how he said, those priests will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But he was kind, compassionate, considerate, loving, real. I loved listening to that last night.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hello, I'm business broker Bruce Violet, and I often get asked, what's the best business to get into these days? Well, the answer is the all-new home-based franchise businesses, available in hundreds of different business categories. Ever dreamed of owning your own business, working from home at an extremely affordable cost? Well, now you can, and together we can make it happen. To learn more, visit my website at OpportunityU.com. That's OpportunityU.com, or call 800-980-2040.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Sunny and 83 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Union Township was hit by 2 tornadoes in a span of 6 days. News Radio KDKA's Susie Cool has more on the help ahead.
Union Township residents who are hit by an EF2 tornado can now call a phone line for help. Michelle Dupree, the chairperson on the Union Township Board of Supervisors, told KDKA Radio.
So the United Way, who runs the PA211 system, has put on a call button on 211 for people affected by a Union Township tornado. It will direct them to people that can assist them.
Tornado season in Western PA typically peaks in mid-June. Meteorologists are saying the warmer than normal spring kick-started severe weather about a month earlier than normal. More tornadoes could be on the way. Susie Cole, News Radio, KDKA.
Dozens of rejected Pittsburgh police officer candidates will be given a second chance. The city rejected 23 police candidates on psychological grounds. Faced with retirements and officer flight, the city is in dire need of new police recruits, and a high number of rejections on psychological grounds raised concern in the mayor's office. According to the Post-Gazette, Mayor Ed Gainey says all 23 are being invited back for a new evaluation and a second chance to become a police officer. Of those 23 rejected, 5 candidates are black. Public Safety Director Lee Schmidt says he doesn't believe the psychological screening is racially biased. The city wants to begin a new class of up to 40 recruits beginning today. Pittsburgh Regional Transit's new bus rapid transit system has been under construction downtown for about 8 months. The first phase started in September of 23. And the most recent development starts today with a new work zone on 6th Avenue between 5th Avenue and Diamond Street. Rich Fitzgerald, executive director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, compared the upcoming University line to another major transit project.
Think about what the North Shore Connector did, when that opened up about a dozen years ago, connecting, downtown and parts of the South Hills to the North Shore.
On the Big K Morning Show, Fitzgerald said the high-speed connection between Oakland and downtown could be running by late next year. Did you know that May marks Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month? More motorcyclists naturally begin to take to the road this time of the year, and it's important for motorists to remember that sharing the road means they must be aware of motorcyclists and understand they share the same rights and responsibilities. Here's why drivers should be aware of cyclists this season, according to AAA's Jim Garrity.
It's dangerous for them. They don't have the same protections that somebody in a car does. They're not surrounded by metal and airbags. They are out there in the elements, so it's much more dangerous.
Some tips on sharing the road: always be on the lookout for motorcycles. Focus on driving, use your turn signals, give motorcycles plenty of room, and don't speed. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 96 points, the NASDAQ up 100, the S&P 500 is up 9. KDKA Radio News Time, 1:32, our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey guys, Marty. Had 2 great meals with my wife in the last month. Both of them at Oakmont. Both of them at restaurants owned by my good friend J.K., the man. Okay, the Lot. I'm not exaggerating. The best brunch I've ever had at the Lot. I'm serious. The best dinner I've had in a year. Hofstadt's. They're in the same town. They're on the same strip. They're owned by the same man. The Lot and Hofstadt's. J.K. delivers. Great stuff.
Relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center in Cranberry Township and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
So we are, by definition, a Bowser family. Let me explain. We have 4 Bowser cars, and there's discussion of 5. Let me think. We have 1, 2 Subarus. We have a Buick my wife drives, and I have a Genesis. My brother Larry drives a Genesis. Probably the coolest car I've driven in 20 years. Seriously amazing. So we had a fender bender. One of my teenage daughters had a fender bender, and the part wasn't available to fix it. This is a true story. The Bowsers sent a guy out of state to get the part and bring it back to Pittsburgh to fix the car. I'm telling you, beyond the expertise when you buy the car, behind this whole idea of it's a great car company, it's a great family that really takes care of people, that really makes sure that you're the number one priority. I've seen it. Come on, we have a fleet of them, and every single time they do a hell of a job. Bowser, the best. Hey, folks, everyone knows Memorial Day weekend means great sales, and no one puts on a bigger sale on this weekend than Robert Levin, my man, and his Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores team. Save up to 50% off on outdoor furniture and new collections, plus an extra 25% off of everything. There's also 5 years special financing with no money down. Minimum purchase of $24.99. Extra savings on mattresses. Check out Levin's Memorial Day weekend sale at all Levin stores. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty, we have crews on the scene of an accident on William Penn Highway. This is right before the merge with Rodi Road. This is causing some backup, so look out for delays if you're traveling on 22. Looking at the parkways, Parkway West inbound, if you're headed into the city, you'll start seeing some backup right around Green Tree all the way to the Fort Pitt tunnels. Looking at the Parkway East going inbound, you'll see some backup starting around Edgewood, Swissvale, and on the outbound side, you'll see some backup starting right around Squirrel Hill. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunny to partly cloudy as we head into the afternoon. It's going to be very warm, a high of 87. A mainly clear and mild night ahead tonight, low 62. Partly sunny, very warm tomorrow, high 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson at 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbor's dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Not wearing your seatbelt could cost you a ticket or your life. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us in the Big K Morning Show tomorrow. Steeler legend Troy Polamalu and his wife Theodora are hosting a big event Tuesday night at Acrisure Stadium. He'll have the details on the Big K Morning Show.
Man, we talked about this police memorial that's all jacked up and we have to get the letters replaced on it. And cops are coming out of the woodwork writing checks. We're going to have to raise about $20,000. We'll build a GoFundMe. We'll get it done. Already, one of my boys drove over here to the station. He left, but I'm going to try and get him to call. Blowing us away already. This is how much they care. $1,000 already. Writing a check. I'm going to have him call if he can. 50 years in law enforcement. One of the commanders who I love, Ray, drove right down there and saw this mess with his wife, and he's ready to write a check. Plumbers, I got to call him. We're going to raise $20,000 and get that memorial fixed up right. And we have to. It's why we're here, man. So I have been hearing this all morning about these cops and this psych test. It's actually intriguing. The information's been out there for a while. We talked about it. Sheehan has, my man Andy Sheehan, who's fabulous. The Post-Gazette has talked about it. That a bunch of cops failed their psych evaluation. So you immediately, as I would do, it would seem like it, jump to conclusions and think they're bad cops, or they're nuts, or they're unstable, whatever you want to say, because I'm getting different texts. And you immediately think, because the mayor wants them to retake the test and get another chance, that, oh, here we go, lowering the standards. Now we're going to end up with bad cops all over the city. All right? And I've heard from Bob Schwartzwalder, the union president, over this. We've been talking back and forth about this for a couple months. We'll snag him live tomorrow. But I deeply admire and respect, in fact, I'm good friends with Larry Chirato, the police chief. He's a great police chief. He just is. Guy gives a damn. He knows what he's doing. Very intelligent, very mature, very focused. Fine. And he's honest as hell. So I was going to get him live, but he's sitting on an airplane. He's going to Vancouver for, what is it? I'm reading these texts as they come in. The Major Cities Chief Conference. Okay? Okay. And these are very candid questions that I asked him. And again, we'll have Schwartzwalder on tomorrow. And here's the question I asked him. This is in texting. Why allow candidates to retake psych tests? This is to the chief, Chirato, Larry. Quote, because it was such an outlier on the number of failures. The average failure rate is usually 10 to 15%. They eliminated 64% of our candidates, which is a hell of a lot to fail. Right, Patrick? I mean, that's a massive number to fail.
It's huge, especially when the candidate pool is already really
diminished.
Yeah,
it's a great point you're making. So, my question to the chief, and again, he's on a plane. He really can't talk. I appreciate him doing this at all. I said, maybe they're all failures. Maybe it's that bad out there. This is my question. I said, you know, Chief, and he admitted this, you had some issues with people passing the physical. They couldn't do 30 sit-ups. Massive dropout. massive problems, especially in the African American community. They ended up with 5 out of 150. Okay? And at the end of the day, that's miserable. So I said, maybe they're all failures. And he said, no, it's not. They were acting beyond their role. I'm very confident of that. I will not hire, and we don't want bad cops. I believe him. I said, Chief, how is it that these horrible scores didn't show up on the last test, prior tests? He said, it showed up on the last test too, but I was just looking at the process. Next question. What about cynics? And I get this from a lot of folks on the streets, and obviously cops out there today think this is ridiculous and you're going to get crazy cops. Their quote, not mine. What about cynics who say you're dummying down the troops? A lot of people suggest you're lowering the standard. Again, on my questions or statements to him where I want responses. Incorrect, Marty. If I showed one of the candidates that disqualifies, you'd be amazed. He would be hired by any department in the country. Fascinating. The cynicism and the cynics are from those that got hired when you only needed a high school diploma. So they're kind of hypocritical. How about that? How about that? So that's from the chief. By the way, from the moment we met, and man, I've known him, I don't know, pushing 15 years. He's never, ever, ever been dishonest. And he's truly dedicated to a better force. And honestly, folks, if there was and look, I don't know the minutiae of this. I do not know the background of this test. I do not, but I know this. Patrick, if 64% of the cops taking a test are being eliminated, you got one or two problems. The test or the cops, right? Right?
Something's not right.
Right. Because with the old testing, the average eliminated would be 10 to 15%. I honestly don't know. I've never seen the test. Schwartzwalder, O'Hara, others, cops I know that are out there on the streets today, think, and these are my boys that are in SWAT cars right now sending me texts, think that we're ended up with a bunch of idiots. Their words, not mine. And that this test is indicative that we're getting a bunch of idiots who, Marty, not only can't pass the physical, and extreme number failed the physical. Couldn't do 30 sit-ups, couldn't run a mile and a half. Seriously. It's a fact. And now they can't pass the psychological test. And the argument is you change everything so that you can get these wannabe cops to become cops. And the long-term argument is you get bad cops. And this has happened in other cities. I saw it happen live in Dallas where they changed the standard. And within 4 or 5 years, you had 30, 40 cops being indicted and or fired. We will see how this plays out. That's directly from the chief. We'll talk to Schwartzwalder live on this show tomorrow. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up out there?
Hey, Marty, we have crews on the scene of an accident at the intersection of Mission Street and South 18th Street. This is in the south side slopes. We also have eyes on crews on the scene of this accident on William Penn Highway. This is right before the merger at Rodi Road. This is causing some backups, so look out for some delays. Over to the parkways. The Parkway West inbound headed into the city. You'll see some backups starting around Green Tree all the way to the Fort Pitt tunnels. And on the Parkway East, you'll see some backup inbound. Now this is building right around Squirrel Hill. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey, folks, Marty for Universal Windows Direct. I have an old house, I think 80, 90 years old. I'm calling Universal Windows Direct because of the pricing and the technology. Check this out.